You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
Hey folks, welcome to the Beans and Dice podcast, Thursday Night Live call-in show. I'm Carlos.
I'm Rob.
I'm Wayne.
And today, we're joined by our special guest from Advanced 3 Spaces with his designed game, Card Shootery, Patrick. Patrick, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Not your first time on the show. So you've been on the show with us at least a couple times, I think.
Twice. Calling in, yeah.
Well, actually being a full-on guest.
Yeah, on cam, that's right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But this time, he is, like I would like to say, I'd normally say, having his feet underneath my table, right? Like that's how,
that doesn't happen
to
here,
me,
though.
that sounds so friendly when you invite someone over and they put their feet under your table.
Just not their knees.
Apparently,
They put their feet under. They can dangle the feet under, just not the knees.
my table being shortened for me is not good for someone of Patrick's stature.
Doesn't work for everybody.
But welcome to the Studio B. Thank you for joining us. Patrick, with Advanced 3 Spaces. Advanced 3 Spaces is an organization that is here, and I got this brochure with me today. It talks about that we're not just playing games. It talks about supporting the community, how they're advancing the third space, which is a topic that we've had many times on this show.
Yep, we've talked
thanks
about
to our friend Ron Frazier.
Ron, yep.
And then you joined us to continue the conversation of the third space, that other place between like home and work where you can be yourself. And that's a big part of what you're doing. And I think what connected with me the first time we talked was reducing social isolation. And when you said that, like that totally connected, because we wouldn't be doing this right now, what we're doing here with this live call-in show, if it wasn't for that. Like at the time, we felt it was necessary to give people a place to talk to people, like actually talk with people.
Yeah.
So we opened up phone lines at a risk.
Yeah.
And have not looked back.
Your idea. Yeah.
It worked out great.
Yep.
So we've connected, and I love having you on the show, so thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You have been busy designing your own game. Tell the folks at home about Card Shootery. I know we talked a little bit about the design process on one episode. You walked us through what artwork looks like. But this is, I think, like final form almost. Where are we at?
Yeah, I mean, I think of it in some respects as kind of a living design. So the rules, for example, are online, and we can change them with feedback like we talked about earlier. So, yeah, but and the physical form is complete. So essentially, the game came about because I was trying to get my wife to play more board games.
Okay.
She said, if you've seen the meme, the only kind of board I like is covered in meats and cheeses, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, all right, challenge accepted. So I designed the game. It's a 2-player game. It's very low-key. You can enjoy it, pairs well with coffee or a glass of wine. And you're essentially selecting ingredients to build out what I call flavor chains. So matching kind of like a dominoes. The cards have a flavor on each side.
Yes, you got a shot of that overhead, maybe? There you go.
Yeah.
So
So
you can hold it up to the camera if you want to show something up close, but
yeah, so each card has a type of ingredient,
there you go.
like this one, cheese, and then 2 flavors. So you're selecting ingredients, matching flavors, and building chains of ingredients.
And flavor profiles, yeah, like salty, nutty, earthy, creamy. So, and then you've got 7 different types.
That's right.
There's
Yep.
meats, cheeses, breads, spreads,
Nuts, fruits, and vegetables.
nuts, fruits, vegetables. There you go. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to chain those. When you chain them, I just learned the game. We just did a real quick demo of it. We're going to play again here live on the show. So we'll let Wayne learn it. And you play against somebody. You play against the designer. That'd be cool. And then you're putting chains together up to 7. So you can't repeat a type in the chain. And pardon me for taking over your explanation.
You're doing better than I was. Go for it.
So you like if you can't have 2 breads in one chain, but basically you're using the board here has 14 different little inset spaces where you're taking turns, kind of in a snake draft, going back and forth. This is a 2-player game, but the first player chooses 2 ingredients from anywhere on the board. The second player then chooses 2 ingredients. You then refill and kind of slide the board. The one. If not all of them are taken from one side, then there is it's called
Spoilage.
Spoiling section. So if anything that's one will slide all the way to the end and be in a spoiling group, it's not devalued at that point, but if it doesn't get picked again in the next round, it will go into the terminology. Waste. There we go. I was going to say garbage, and I knew it wasn't garbage. So goes into the waste, and then it's out of the game. So if there's something out there that just nobody wants for a couple of rounds, it'll be excluded, and then you kind of refill, and then it's a snake draft. So whoever chose second in the first round will choose first in the second round. And again, you're using these trays to kind of your charcuterie tray here, card shootery tray, to just as a holding space. And you can kind of put them on there to kind of give yourself an idea of some chains that you potentially want to make. But at the end, once all 14 are full, it'll end at the same round because you each choose two each. And then when it's done, you're pulling all those cards off and you're just trying to put together chains where you're not repeating ingredients and you're chaining those dominoes, the end of each side of the domino, to a matching flavor profile, I'll call it. Sure. So, and cool. And the spreads are on the ends. They only have, they don't have like the dominoes where there's a one on each side. But yeah, the spread just has one on it. So it either would be the start of a chain or the end of the chain. And those are there to kind of help you get that seventh one in the chain if you can get all seven. And there's a bonus, which I didn't realize until the end. So Carlos was holding that information back from me. But what is the bonus exactly? Is it worth an extra point or?
If you get all 7 ingredients, if you form a card shootery,
Sure.
then you get an extra 2 points.
2 points. Okay.
Yep.
2 points.
2 points for flipping 7.
Yeah. Well, there
See
you
what
go.
I did there?
Flip 7. I got you.
And then when you're scoring your points, it's the cards plus the stars. So some ingredients are higher quality, have more stars,
Yep.
and so you get more points for those.
Awesome.
So if you have three ingredients that all have stars, it's 6 points.
3 per. Yep. 3,
Okay.
6, 9. Well,
Yeah,
if it's 2 stars, 2 star, 2 star,
Okay.
you get a point for every card.
Okay.
And then you get an extra point for every star
Star.
that's on the cards.
Okay.
So, yep. If they all have 2 stars, it'd be 9. It'd be 3 times 9.
Okay.
And you have to have at least 3. I don't know if we mentioned that to count as a chain. So if you only have 2 and you can't add anything to that, at the end, those cards are worth 0 points. So you need at least 3 in a chain. So somewhere between 3 and 7 is what you're scoring. Carlos and I picked it up and played, and I gotta mention I beat him 20-19. Got him by a point. So I don't know if he wants to
On a learning game. I'll have to say that. Wait, I want to show this, and I'm going to share this on the screen for the folks at home so they can see it too. This is the rule book. There's a QR code in the box. Snapped a little picture of it, got the QR code up and the website up. And this is the card shootery rule book, Wayne. Some things that matter, I guess, to me as a gamer. It talks about 68 cards in the deck. There are 12 bread cards, 12 cheese cards. There are 12 meats. Then it starts to reduce down to 10 fruits, 8 nut cards, and then 6 veggie cards. There are 8 of the spread cards. So that way, now you can kind of get an idea of the card counting piece. And then these are the colors of the different flavor profiles that are there. So you can kind of see the spread.
Those vary as well too. I can't quite see the numbers on there, but those are some of the profiles are rarer than others. So some of them are harder to match up. So
Right, and that's where the stars come in. So
right,
rarer ingredients are worth more points because they have less common flavors or combinations.
So that Wayne gives you an idea of what to expect. What I'd like to do is just demo this game out. Having Patrick here to help walk us through. Robert and I got a game in. We've set up now for a 2-player game with Wayne and Rob.
I'm going to do this one. All
Because
right.
Rob was the winner. So Rob's on deck.
All right.
I have to take down the
You
champion.
got to beat the champion now.
Yeah. Well, Rob, keep it on the
Oh, yeah,
board
move it
here.
over there. All right, yeah, that's right. I was thinking we'd
There we
wide,
go.
though. We just got the tight shot. All right.
Shout out to Edmund England out of Sweden.
Sweden. Mm-hmm. See in the
We're
chat
international today, Patrick.
Oh, yeah, he's in the chat there.
You've achieved achievement unlocked. We are international.
Woo! Hey, Edmund.
Thank you, Edmund, for joining in and saying hi in the comments. Hope you enjoy this demo. After the demo, we will open up phone lines to talk about games we've been playing, do our twig, chat with Patrick some more about gaming until he's ready to head out, and then we'll keep the show going, taking more calls.
The board here, if you can see there, Wayne, there's a little arrow, so that's there to kind of help us remember who picked last and whose turn it is.
Okay.
So we didn't think we'd forget, but about halfway through that first game we did. We were like, who? Oh, the arrow. Yeah, so that was, you wouldn't think. You want to go?
We're old men.
Want to go first or second?
Sure.
All right, go ahead. So we'll point it to you.
And so I can take anywhere off the board?
Anywhere
That's
around,
right.
yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's right. And we refer to this as the pantry. and then those are your charcuterie boards. So yes, you can pick 2 from anywhere on the pantry.
And I picked 2.
You take 2. Yep.
And then you'll take.
I'll take 2.
2,
And then we'll reset.
Okay.
And then I'll
You'll
take 2,
okay.
and you'll take
Gotcha.
2,
All
and we'll
right.
reset.
Okay.
And we will chat and we'll just enjoy time like friends do with
Yeah.
gaming.
Yeah, and I'll just mention
Strawberries.
with the rules you were showing earlier. I have the base set of rules and then an appendix of optional rules. So just like a charcuterie board, you can kind of make it your own, swap in your own rules, make up your own rules.
I see.
Right? So, like recipes, right? You can make up your own recipe for how you like to play. And then the last thing I'll mention is that any copies we sell, the proceeds go to the nonprofit. So this is something
That's
we're doing
important,
to
yeah.
help.
Yeah, you've
build
got
it.
a launch coming up, right?
We do. So on Saturday we have a launch party. My stomach hurts thinking about it.
Will there be food?
Yes, we are going to have an amazing spread. There's a catering company called Sevenfold Gatherings that is going to put together a huge charcuterie spread. I have to say the correct word this time. And we're going to have drinks, and we'll have, of course, copies of charcuterie, but then a bunch of other games. So after the party, we'll stick around and just play.
Now, how are those invites going out to this event?
Yeah, it's open to the public. You can find us on Facebook and RSVP on our Facebook event, and you're welcome. Yeah, everybody's welcome to come by. It's from 10:30 to 2 p.m. on Saturday, and this is in the Bexley Community Clubhouse.
Very cool. Okay, so folks at home can go to the Facebook page, and then the charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Thank you, Robert.
Yeah.
What's the website for charcuterie? Where can folks go to then find the links and everything else?
Yep. So you can find it on cardshootery.com, and that's just the
CARDSHUTERIE.com.
You can also get to it from advance3spaces.org. So both of those will get you there.
Just don't pull them off camera.
Nope, sorry.
No, he's good. You're good.
You're right. You're just on the very
So,
edge there.
so I basically have to though, like I'm trying to connect these two.
You can start a new chain anytime.
I could, yeah,
Yeah.
But if I keep building on, then I'm
Right. Yeah. If you can get 7, just don't repeat an ingredient type. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, you got nuts over there. You got bread over there, and then is that veggies or
yeah,
fruit?
is rhubarb a fruit?
It is.
Yeah. There you go.
right.
from the professional.
I
Mhm.
can't remember. Let's see.
There's a pie. Isn't there?
Rhubarb pie?
Rhubarb pie.
Well,
yeah,
that
but
doesn't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Rhubarb kind of looks like.
There's also a meat
celery.
pie, I guess.
Yeah, you have all kinds of pie, which I don't mind. Pie's good.
Well, speaking of flavor profiles, I see you showed up with some swig tonight. That's been,
Oh, yeah, swig's
That's
good.
kind of been like a hot thing in the Tampa Bay area lately with these swigs opening up.
Those are gone.
I can't take those.
Can't take those in the middle. It's like a garbage there. All right.
What flavors did you go with tonight?
I went with the buttery beer. To be honest, it just tastes like root beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that a company came up with the way to make soda less healthy.
Yeah, there you go. Add in all kinds of extra sugars
innovation.
and sweets to it. Yeah, nice. All right, slide all these.
So would that be like the butter beer from like Hogwarts?
That's
Is
what I
that
was. That's what I was hoping for. But if you've been to
Yes,
Universal
yes.
and had their butterbeer, it's
Yes.
far superior. I
Oh,
gotta
okay.
say.
Yeah.
This is good.
There's this
but-
frozen, I think, at Swigs they don't freeze it, and then
Yeah.
we altered it because the first time we got it we didn't love it. I can't remember the second time my wife did either. It was you can ask for different amounts of the ingredients, and so she asked for like double the cream or whatever it was, and it tasted a lot closer.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so I got fruit, bread, nuts, and then that's veggie, right?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, 4 on that chain.
Yep. And then what is that? I need tangy. Is there a tangy cheese?
It's hard to find tangy, brother. I got left out to dry
Tangy
with
on
the tangy.
both sides of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good luck
or
with
you
that.
go creamy or nutty, I guess. For
Yeah. Start that other, or keep working that other chain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna keep rotating. This is easy to see. Yeah. No, can't do cheese.
And at our launch party, we're going to be auctioning a one-of-a-kind version of the game. It comes in a special 3D printed cheese wheel,
Oh, yeah.
and it is the American Cheese Edition. It comes with a special bonus card, matches with any flavors. It's a slice of American cheese.
Yeah.
Little
American cheese works on anything. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, put that stuff on anything. All right. Let's see. Yeah, don't take what I need.
I'm just like, what is Rob taking?
I'm really, as much as we're talking about the game itself, I'm really enamored with the components, the production that you've done here. So the folks at home, they can see what looks like these wooden boards, but these are 3D printed boards. So they're multi, they got insets into it where the cards kind of sit. It's got the words in there, and we'll show it off a little more once this game's over. But then you took that 3D printed board and ran it through a UV printer to really give that wood look.
That's right. Yeah. So I learned some basics of 3D modeling to create the boards. And then the UV printers is awesome. You can print on anything, basically any material. So I just ran that through to give it a nice finish.
I could see.
I'd printed before in like wood filament. This is better. Looks nicer.
My son is just getting into the 3D printing aspect. We have a laser cutter, but man, it's that UV printing that takes it to the next level. Any one of those, either additive construction or subtractive, right? With the laser cutting, being subtractive and the 3D printing being additive, you throw in that UV printing on top, and it's just chef's kiss, man. This looks awesome.
I even done custom cards on the UV printer, and now I'm experimenting with like foil, and you can do embossed, you can do all sorts of stuff with that printer because it can actually build up a 3D effect on the card.
I say we go like Wingspan and hit all the nations. Like we can have like a Caribbean version with like goat curry and mofongo and all the islands and
New additions, new expansions, add-ons. Mm-hmm.
That curry taste profile, and then the box itself. I gotta admit, the 12-year-old fat boy in me got really excited when you came up to my door because it looked like you had a box of pastries. Wait, he walked up to my door with this box, and I'm like, "Oh, my boy brought some pastries." And then when he walks in, I see the top with the logo. And I'm like, "Oh, it's just the game."
I pick again, right?
Yep.
The box looks great.
It's a pie box. I mean, it's literally from a restaurant.
What am I missing here? I got
service. So,
and this is what the folks at home, the folks that come to the launch party, this is what we're looking at here today. This is what's going to be available at launch.
Yeah. So there's actually 3 editions. So I brought the standard edition.
And this is standard.
Yeah, this is the standard edition. There's a deluxe edition that comes in the 3D printed cheese wheel. And then I have a deck-only edition. So in that website with the rules, there's actually a version if you don't want all the boards, you can play with just the cards.
Nice, like a travel.
Yeah, and it's a little different because now some of the information's hidden from players, so it changes things a little bit.
And I know when Carlos and I were playing, you made an interesting comment, the difference between watching gamers and non-gamers play this. Repeat that. I think that's entertaining. So.
Yeah. So watching you guys play and you're trying to calculate and count cards and
analyze,
absolutely optimize the gameplay. But lots of folks play and they just go, "Ooh, smoked Gouda."
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's just take that one.
They're thinking about what would actually be good on a board.
On my charcuterie board, yeah.
And I'm over here grabbing the anchovy paste only because I needed that color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Looking at colors, looking at stars, matching stuff up. Mm-hmm.
Comments out here. We've got Edmund out of Sweden, so we've gone international here. Edmund says, "I like the board. It makes the game much more thematic."
I already have.
And we've gone super international here. We got Musar523 out of Israel.
In my first game.
He's asking, is there a solo mode?
Oh.
Not yet. But
Musar can invent one.
That's right. If you want to submit a rule set, we'll put them in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess I could move.
You can move. You can.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
can put stuff in between stuff. That's what I did about the last 2 rounds. I pulled them all off and was starting to chain them up.
Yeah.
So just so I could kind of see visually. This helps until they start running into each other, and it's like, hold on, which chain was that? Oh, yeah, it was over there. So yeah.
Move the camera a little bit for y'all.
So we got 1, 2, 3 rounds left. So yep, there you go. I think you're doing pretty well so far. You got a chain of 5 already. I got 2 4s. You got a 5, a 2, and a 1.
Maybe I could also.
Oh, okay. Slip it in there.
One of the fun things about doing all of this myself and not going through any publisher or anything, I can just change.
Oh yeah,
whatever I want.
Yep.
So I've changed the board several times.
100%
change the rules all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's an evolving product.
No.
The idea of the modular rule set is encompassing with the theme of a charcuterie board. Like you decide how you want to experience this.
You customize it the way you want. So whatever you enjoy.
The spitballing, throwing those on cards. right? So kind of different modes or modules on cards to help make it easier to see what the options are. Folks can do a lot with this on their own, or just keep it simple. I like the deck idea, the simple deck, keep in the bag, play anywhere, just kind of run through some chaining.
And one of the things I noticed,
Wayne's
Carlos,
struggle busting over there.
Yeah, he's really optimizing.
Trying.
one of the things I noticed, Carlos, when you were playing earlier, is that you weren't sure where to start. Like, what card do I pick first? So I am working on what I'm calling right now the sommelier expansion, which will come with coasters, so you can put your wine glass on it, and then depending on the type of wine represented on the coaster, it has starter spaces that match with the wine.
Speaking of game components as coasters, you're a copy of Wingspan. Was it Wingspan? What was it? What we play? Yeah, it was Wingspan that I had the first player token, and it was out here. He had a coaster,
Wayne handed Rob the first player token,
which is the same exact size
Yeah,
as
I
the
don't know
coaster.
and Rob immediately puts his beer right on it.
I could have. Yeah, I don't know.
There was a coaster right next to it, so I just put it on the wrong thing. But it
Rob
was
or
funny.
I made that mistake. I think it might
It's still better than the Burns family using my crokinole board as a
Exactly.
coaster, leaving a ring.
On a crokinole board, which is you got to have a
Yeah.
smooth surface. That was bad.
It was $100 coaster. It was amazing.
We play some crokinole at our events as well.
Oh, love me some crokinole. Love me some crokinole.
Yeah.
Rob's got the championship finger for Beans and Dice. Every time we've hosted a tournament. Wait, you lost the last one, didn't you?
No, I'm 2-0. I lost
Your
it.
turn.
Your turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was
that
that
didn't
was
count.
a big. Yeah, there was a guy there who was kind of semi-pro, and actually I took him to 3 rounds, 3 games. To I won one, he won one, then we went to the third one, and he beat me by a couple points. So
We might have to have an A3S Beans and Dice.
throw
Yes,
down.
I
Well, the board's right here.
You got
The
two.
buttons are right behind you.
Do it right now.
Listen, don't threaten me with a good
And
time.
I have the new one, the new version of the board.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go Canadian next time when I play Rob.
Double tap.
Keep tapping it till it gets to the hole in the middle.
F you, man. I can't even do a Canadian accent.
Yeah, that was
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
that was definitely not a Canadian accent.
I struggle with accents. They're bad. You should see me DM any game trying to do accents. It's horrible.
That one. Yep.
And as what's nice about the board, because I said I like the deck, the board helps to keep count of the draws, so you can easily tell how many turns you have left. I didn't realize when I drew those last 2 in my game that those were my last 2 cards, period. And not being able to get them into a chain meant there were 2 cards, a total of 3 cards that I didn't get the score on. But I was really shooting for the stars to try to catch up to Rob's multi-chain. Rob was going for these small 3-point chains for frequency, just getting a bunch of them. I was trying to go for big, severe
Right.
points.
It's tough to get all 7 cards in a chain, but when you do, you're probably going to win.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty tough to do. Not seeing one.
Mushar says, if this is a high-score game and the other players are taking cards, you might want to take. I think you could make a simple solo mode where there's a random card or cards being removed each round. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely could be an easy solo mode.
You can buy another board and play 3 players. I haven't tried with 4, but we have done with 3 players.
Yeah, I think the more players you add, the more the draft will be vibrant. Like it'll be moving.
You could also just have 2 games and play
Sure.
4-player with 2. No, because you didn't have 2. Like you'd have you could switch the.
It's not unheard of. I do buy multiple copies of games so that I
was
can
saying,
do
like,
that.
if we were playing 4-player and we had 2 boards, like you guys would draw from this one first, and then Rob and I would draw from one, and you could always switch the boards over. Yeah, take that one.
I'm gonna go there. Yeah, I don't know.
Tangy, because that goes there, right? That's 6.
Start laying this out.
Just need a salty meat.
Yeah, what stinks is taking the.
Yeah, but that doesn't match, right?
You can flip it.
You can flip them upside down.
Oh, well, now you tell me.
Oh, you can flip them either way. Yeah. That's what I was saying when I was talking earlier about
well, then that's 7.
counting the stars or whatever. Yeah,
Now
you
you
got
tell me.
7. Oh man, that's no good. No, you can't flip them. They have to stay the way they are on the board.
See, like if I can flip it, then yeah, there's 7, right? There's all 7, and then
One more pick.
yeah, and then I can go on the other side of this for another tart, right? Is that
Nope.
No, okay, you can't. That has to be like the end of
It does,
the
yeah, it's an end. That's the domino is just the pip is just in the middle instead of on
Gotcha.
the ends.
All
Yep.
right. Is there a crispy? That's plums. Can't use that.
Wayne is trying to. He I think broke 7, so now he's trying to figure out how to get these lower 2. One of those you need to find a way to turn into a chain.
Yeah, I know.
It's got to be 3 or more.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
got 2
12.
here. I
got
gotta try to
12.
figure out
I
how
got
to
one
do
more,
something.
and then I'm done, right? 13?
14 total.
14. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna
This
draw
round and
2.
then one more round.
8, 10, 12. Okay. I'm at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm at 12.
I'm at 12.
Oh, okay. So then now we reset the board.
Yeah, there's 4 missing. Yep.
Okay.
So we got some waste that occurred.
And then I pick last, right? I started, so you pick, right?
Sure. Was it me? I thought you were just picking.
I thought we must have screwed that up.
No. Yeah, whatever. You had picked, so keep going, right?
All right. Yeah.
And this is why you added the arrow on the board to help people remember.
Wayne's been spinning it around, so but he's looking at
That's
it.
true. That's part of the
Yeah.
problem.
He,
Yeah,
Wayne's hitting it like a lazy Susan.
Yep.
He's just spinning it.
Spinning it as he's looking.
Well, there's 4. There you go. And then
One more.
And you were right. Chill was the way you described it to me. Light and chill. That definitely is in keeping with what you said. This is very much a friendly entry-level weight game.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is what it is for who it is.
Yeah.
You're not trying to make it harder or deeper than what it needs to be.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
I did try to make it much harder and much deeper. And
What
the
brought it back
feedback-
down?
Well, I mean, playing it with the folks that really it's intended for. So, getting someone into the hobby, right? Someone maybe you're into it, but your partner's not, and getting to spend some quality time with someone doing something that you both enjoy. So, I worked a lot to ease up on the strategy and the thinking and make it simpler and simpler and simpler until it was easy to pick up. But still, you can still spend some time thinking about it for sure.
as you can see with our gamers.
Yes. Well, because I'm over here with the card distribution and color distribution. I'm trying to figure out the quantities and what are the odds that I'll see what I need.
Yep. Like I'm gonna have 2 that I have to throw away. Oh, womp womp.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to throw this one away. I was trying to string that to something else, but I don't think I can string those nuts in there.
It's not 10 o'clock yet. Come on.
What? Oh,
Yeah, you can.
let's see. So that's earthy. Where's earthy? Earthy. There's got to be an earthy out there.
Those veggies.
You can string together that aged cheddar and the olive tapenade.
Oh, let's see. Aged cheddar. Y'all in your theme. Where's my aged cheddar? I'm just looking at colors. Oh, in there. Oh, yeah, you're right. How did I have that there then? Yeah, that wasn't even in the right place. Yeah, there you go. So now I just got to.
That was your plan. You just completely forgot.
Maybe might have been. Maybe when I pulled them off, I may have got them all spread out.
You could use a spicy.
Oh, yeah, spicy
Dijon
down
mustard.
here would have been nice. We're over here, yeah. I need a spicy.
I was looking for
meatball.
spicy ones for a while.
Savory bread, savory.
I'd like to get like the wiki to update with the color distributions.
11, 12, 13, 14. That's it. 14 and 14. I don't know if we're all on camera. I am. You may be a little off over there, but so we'll count them up real quick. I'll just so it's 1 per card plus 1 for every star you have, and then with your string of 7, you'll get 2 bonus. So I'll go first because I think you're going to beat me. So you can top my number. So I'm 1, 2 because there's a star on this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Actually,
22? Yeah,
two better than my
probably
last.
Not, probably not going to beat you.
I
We'll
don't
see.
know. Yeah.
So it's 7, and then
Bonus.
bonus 2 is 9, and then
Any stars in that 7?
11, 12. So 12 for that whole thing.
Mhm.
And then this is 5, so that's 17. And there's no stars.
You win all safe.
Oh yeah, no stars on that
Yeah,
one.
I didn't quite see the stars until later, I guess. Yeah, so 7, 9, 15. So like, was it
You said it was like 18, 17,
7
18?
and 9, 10, 11, 12, and then
5.
5. So
17.
17.
All right.
17.
Nice game. Nice game.
Very cool.
That is a demo of Card Shootery.
Got it.
All natural, GMO free, 100% board game. Produced, self-published, self-designed artwork, everything.
Except for the cards, self-manufactured.
There you go. One-man show here.
How do you make the cards, or how do you buy have someone make those, or?
Yeah. So I've used a couple different vendors for the cards.
Okay.
How'd that experience go? People love to hear about the design experience. Edmund is also designing his own game. Containers.
Yep, Containers.
Is it plural? I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
But he did take it to one of the cons in Europe and showed it off. He shared some pictures, and so Edmund was talking about. It sounds like you had a very interesting design process, making it easier and easier, but at the same time more interesting. But part of that is a lot of our folks that watched like to hear about the process. How does picking a card company to do that? Where does that come from? Like, how do you do that?
I mean, I did a lot of research, and then a friend of mine connected me with someone who worked for a game publisher. We actually had another person who worked for a publisher come to one of our events, so I asked them questions. I ended up with manufacturing first through the Game Crafter, which is a very nice site. It's great for laying out your cards, right, and doing the design. They just have a really long lead time. So, like, I ordered in November, and it was going to be December, and then January, and then March, and then May. Like, they kept pushing it back. So I ended up finding another company that does just playing cards. They were in China, so I had to pay tariffs, which made it a little bit more expensive. And I don't think the quality is quite as good, but they were very fast.
How does that work? How does paying tariffs work? Like,
it's
I keep hearing it, right?
Get a bill,
Right? Like,
you pay it.
is it like my Spectrum bill? It comes in the mail?
Well, it was interesting because I would not have known if they hadn't itemized it on my receipt. They were like, this is how much it costs for the components, this is how much for shipping, and this is how much the tariff is.
Okay, so it was just like right at the end of the bill. Okay, that's pretty simple. I was curious to how difficult it would be to pay tariffs.
Well,
Yeah, and it's based on the production price, right? So it's not like if you sell a game retail $39.99, you're not paying tariffs on the $39.99. You're paying on your manufacturer costs.
Okay, so it's a percentage of the cost.
The company that shipped it to me pays the tariff, and they are basically charging me back for that cost. So it's not like I paid it directly to the U.S. government. I paid it as part of my bill to that company.
Well, when it's time to get your money back, how do you?
You don't.
whoops, bye-bye.
And it's also probably volume too, because sometimes like Stonemeyer was talking about that he writes the checks for tariffs separate, like because when he ships stuff over, it's containerfuls of stuff, and so you pay as it comes into the port because you're like my guess is the volume here is not enough. They probably mailed it to you or something.
Yeah.
So then you pay the tariff on that before it gets mailed.
Yeah, small box, 30 decks, so it was nothing big.
Interesting.
So I mean, there's a lot of options for getting their cards printed. The bigger thing was getting the design work, finding an illustrator that was reasonable. So I actually went on Fiverr and I found someone in Ukraine who did a wonderful job. That's not always the case. I think I got pretty lucky there.
And you guys support someone in Ukraine too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's not AI art. It's just
Correct. So I did prototypes. I did use Gen AI for placeholder art, but when it came to getting a production copy, I hired an illustrator.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that when we were on the show. That was a great episode we did. I had to call that back to the folks. I got to find a way to name that episode so easier to find. Well, we chatted all about AI. Since then, I have now taken a course at the one that you mentioned in that episode at USF about AI, the different AIs, how to use prompting. Like it's made a big difference in what I do at work. So it's we've had some great conversations on that, which is interesting because Wayne, you had posted in our news that AI artwork cannot be copyrighted now.
Well, there was a lower court ruling that you can't copyright AI art, and then they appealed to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court refused to hear it, which means basically that the lower court ruling is in place. I mean, that doesn't mean that in the near future there isn't another court case in a different court, and maybe eventually the Supreme Court will take up the case when they get enough case law from, basically the Supreme Court generally takes a case when there's conflicting case law. So like the Ninth Circuit versus the Seventh Circuit, they ruled differently. So then the Supreme Court has to do it. So at least for now.
It's too soon. Too soon for them to jump in.
Probably, yeah.
But at least for now, AI art can't be copyrighted. So having your own art, well, you're not. Do you copyright this?
Like, so it's interesting. Because I'm doing this through my nonprofit, I was able to reach out to a university in Georgia that has a legal program and get at least some legal support on trademarking and copywriting.
Oh, cool.
They said you're too small.
Yeah, don't worry.
Not worth doing it.
Yeah, not until you're shipping like significant volume across state lines.
Okay.
Well, that's good to hear. So it's not that you wouldn't or shouldn't. It's just at this time, it's not worth investing in that. Some sort of significant costs in that.
Yeah, I mean it's a few $100s for the application for each trademark, and then separate fees for doing the copywriting process. And it can add up, especially if you're brand new.
Yeah.
You don't have any revenue yet.
Sure.
Edmund says there are many fantastic artists in the Ukraine. I'm assuming he's probably looked around with his containers game as well. Edmund, make sure you show up in the links. Throw in the comments where folks can learn about your game as well. We always love having our folks in the Beans and Dice share. Folks, this is Card Shootery, 100% board game, all natural, GMO free. All proceeds for this game go to the Advanced 3 Spaces non-for-profit that is helping multiple different organizations. Today, we were talking about the massive walls of games in here, and we're talking about how I want to get rid of some, but I hate selling games. And he's like, "Well, you can always donate." And I'm like, "Well, but like, where would I?" And he says he takes donations. Patrick told me he takes donations, and then shares them with organizations in the Tampa Bay area. So I figure I'd call his bluff, and I immediately walked into the garage, grabbed a stack of games that I plan to watch him walk out my door, and then I'm gonna watch on the Ring camera to make sure they don't make it in the trash bin. I want these things gone.
Oh well,
That's the stack over there.
That's the stack over there.
so far.
So I figured it'd be a good start.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's awesome.
hopefully it'll help out others. If you want to participate in Advanced 3 Spaces, they do I think every other Sunday.
So we
one
do,
Sunday a month.
Yeah, we do one Sunday a month and one Saturday a month.
So I'd like
It's
it.
in my regular schedule, right? And so one of them is at a local brewery, the other is at a local coffee shop, and then I do other events here and there. So, for example, we're going to be in April at the Wesley Chapel Recreation Complex doing a big event in support of autism awareness, and so I try to fit those events in from time to time too.
Cool.
Lots of good stuff going on there. I'm going to open up the phone lines now for the folks at home who want to call in and talk about board games while we continue to talk about board games. That means the phone number is up and open. 813-618-7099 is the number. It is the Beans and Dice podcast Thursday night live call-in show. I was watching some clips from Mike Lorenzo's show, One
yes.
Mic, One Game.
If first caller, you have to say, "Welcome to One Mic, One Game."
Oh yeah.
I think I will do that. Our buddy Mike, who one of the founding members of this show, he was like our tech guru, helped us figure out how to get stuff online and helped me with video. And he started his own call-in show for Tuesday nights out of the West Coast. He ended up moving to Washington State. So he started his show over there.
First call ever.
First call ever was this Tuesday. I think Wayne called
Yeah, Wayne
in.
called in.
Yeah.
When he answered the phone, he said, "Beans and Dice." Oh, man.
Ruined it.
He was so excited about that first call.
I'd caught his show, like the first one. I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "You should call in." I'm like, "I don't want to call in." I was like, come on, I don't want to be the first caller. And then the last one, we had our pandemic game, and then this past Tuesday we postponed till the next week. And I had hit the notification, and then it never popped up. And so I joined the show like 50 minutes in, and I'm like, I can't call this late. He's like, "You can call, you can call."
Well, he hadn't received a caller to date. That was the first call for the series. And I think this is his third or fourth episode.
Third or fourth.
Yeah, that's gonna happen, right? I mean, how long did it take you guys to get a first call?
Well, okay, I had
probably prompted. Something.
Back then we had what I called the Carlito and Co. group. It was a Facebook group out of Tampa, and Carlito and Company, and it was just I mean, it had to be 50, 60 people in that Facebook group, and we would meet up for games.
Who was our first call? Do you have any
It was like
clue?
Zeno. It was like, because I just put it in that chat,
So
and it was,
Nick
you know,
or
my friends
Zeno
called,
or-
like Nick,
yeah.
Zeno.
or Muhammad or
It
somebody.
was all friends.
Yeah.
It was all friends calling in for the first few episodes, and then it got weird.
Yeah, we went some stretches where it was pretty lean, and then
But then like prank callers, and
Yeah.
then some angry folks who.
Oh, this is the guy about the
Yeah.
like online
Steven.
gaming isn't gaming.
yeah,
Yep.
I think that's probably the first show I watched.
And then Stegmeyer called, and we're like, wait a minute, what?
yeah,
You're lying.
yeah.
And then Tom from Florida called.
Tom from Florida, Tom Vassell.
Tom Vassell
Yeah.
from
I
Florida
missed that
called.
show. Dang it!
I,
That was the two of you.
the day
right?
that, yeah, because you were
yeah,
gone that
mhm,
day.
Yeah.
We were looking at each other like, is it? Could it be?
Yeah. You had no clue for a good part of
It
that call.
sounded
I went back and
different.
watched it. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Mm.
But it was worth it. You know, doing this is great, and I'm glad to see Mike taking it to Tuesday. And there's just not enough people that do that.
Yeah, I thought about calling, but his topic this time was one that I just didn't. It was
What are you talking about? A game you sold and then
game you
later
sold or got rid of, and then you immediately regretted it, and then you bought it back at some point or reacquired it. And I just haven't sold. I've sold maybe
Rob hasn't
3
bought.
goals-
Let's start
games
with
ever.
bought.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 130 games, 140 games, 150 maybe, but I've sold like 2 maybe ever. So I just yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I called in and like I was like I couldn't think of a game I sold that I regret because I've only really sold games in the last 3 years, and it was really just clearing out games that I'm never going to play again.
Yeah.
So I came up with I rebought a game from my childhood.
Oh, okay.
Crossbows and Catapults was the game I suggested. So
Patrick, have you got to the point where you're selling games, you're acquiring games, or
No, I mean I've got close to 100 games now.
okay, yeah,
And some of those have been donated. A lot of them I purchased, and I don't. I have sold a few recently, so that I could buy other games for that sort of fill gaps, right,
Sure,
in
yeah.
genres and age ranges. Because part of what I want to do is have a nice spread. So because I don't know who's going to come to events.
yeah.
But generally, no, I'm more either collecting them or then distributing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've been pretty selective. These guys give me a hard time sometimes, but I've always done my research. I make sure I've played a game in almost every case. I play it first, make sure I like it, and then I usually pick it up secondhand somewhere so I get it for a little cheaper than the hot new game that's out. So,
I've given away more games than I've sold.
yeah, for sure.
You know, I tend to do that more than anything. And the one that I can think of would be Memoir 44. So like I picked up
you have 17,000 copies.
how many
of that
copies
game.
of that do you have? Probably
at
one-
the
I'm sitting on one.
time I only had 2. Okay, at the time I only had 2. So I gave away a copy and then immediately regretted it and then found some guy on Facebook and I drove to St. Pete. It was during COVID time. Drove to St. Pete and I swapped I think I swapped copies with him or something. One game for that game because I feel like I always need to have 2 copies of Memoir 44 to be able to play the epic games and to have extra parts. I don't know.
Extra parts.
So when Battle of Hoth came out, which is sitting behind Wayne over there, you know, yep, right there on your left. I bought 2 copies of that right off the bat, which has worked out great because playing with Rob.
That one's still in shrink over there, man.
Correct. That's why it worked out great, Wayne, because the copy that I'm using with Rob, I'm running through the campaign. So I don't have to worry about reorganizing that copy. It's kind of got its campaign set up. But whenever someone wants to play Battle of Hoth without Rob, I will just open up the new copy and use that as the...
you see how often that's happened. So over there, in Shrek. So that off chance that maybe
On the off chance that on a
somebody's gonna come by. And
Right.
wanna
One
play
day, it might happen.
that. One day it might happen.
just hoping for that random gamer to ring your doorbell and be like, "Can we play Battle of Hoth, please?"
I keep praying that it'd be one of my kids, but I have to accept what Dice Tower talked about again today, that no, not everyone is a board gamer waiting for the right board game. Like, we have to accept that some people just don't like board games. It isn't that they haven't found the right board game for them. Some people just are never going to like board games.
Yeah.
So I stopped pushing it on my kids. I wait for them to come to me.
Yeah, or at that point in their lives. I think there's definitely an arc. Some people come to it later than others, but yeah.
Yeah, my oldest. There was a early on, and then middle school, high school, done, and then now in college. Now we're playing games again. Now we're getting into deeper stuff.
I kind of feel like that's what my kid like. We played a lot of games when he was younger, from 3-4 till maybe 8, 9. Then like the last year and a half, it's just been sports and video games and
Then it'll be girls,
video games.
and then cars.
They got to
There's
dabble.
already
and-
girls.
Yeah, got to dabble and do other things, and find their groove. But once there's time in their lives for it, they tend to come
Yeah.
back. Still,
What's cool is the girlfriend is part of the reason why he's playing, because the girlfriend's family, they play. She likes to play, so then now we're playing. So my son, his girlfriend, my wife, and I will get games in together,
Nice.
which is nice.
that's good.
Speaking of
started
getting, go
I
ahead.
started forcing a family game night, but it's a campaign.
Oh,
So we're playing through the Acquisitions Inc.
Oh, okay.
Clank
Penny
2.
Arcade?
Yeah,
2?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I played 2. I never played 1, but I played all the way through 2.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's fantastic. So
Yeah.
that's been a lot of fun. But other than that, my teenager will play. We play a lot of Lorcana.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
But other than that, it's a little bit like pulling teeth.
Isn't it? It's getting them away from the devices and the distractions. I want to get into the. I tried to get into the Lorcana. So my son just emptied his room of all the games that he had in there, and there was a stack of Lorcana cards that apparently I had bought him. But then Mike Lorenzo was telling me about a more recent set or version, which is like a cooperative version of it. Is that what you're playing?
I mean, we've played both. We co-op and competitive, but the co-op is pretty interesting. I mean, you're basically playing against Automata version of it. It can be pretty challenging.
I want to try that. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on that because I want to play with wifey. Like we're just getting into the Disney thing again because of the kids. We just went.
Go trip
We just
to
went on
Disney.
Monday.
Mhm.
I skipped work. I played hooky because I had to fly out last minute. And now I had to give back my spring break. You know, I was supposed to be off all week for spring break, and now I got to go fly out for all that stuff. So we had the opportunity to do Disney on Monday, so I just called in and went to Disney.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, I'm getting back into that mode, and that brought up Lorcana. Like I was like, I want to play with some of these characters and have some fun.
Did you see Lorcana there? Like when it first came out, I had a trip to Disney like the week after it came out, and I expected to see it everywhere at Disney. I didn't see it anywhere. Yeah.
Didn't see it.
We were just at Epcot maybe 2 weeks ago.
Really?
And they were doing an event, so you
Ah.
could go around,
That's
complete
cool.
little quests, get special cards, and
Did you go there for the event, or you just ran into it while you were there?
I mean a little bit of both.
You kind of knew. Okay.
Yeah. So my oldest brought all of their cards and spent most of the day just trading with people.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah.
So Epcot,
Yeah.
which is another hard thing to find at Disney, Magic Kingdom, which is where we were, beer. I could not
no.
find
Carlos, they don't sell
beer.
alcohol in the Magic Kingdom.
Not at Magic
Not
Kingdom.
at
That's
Magic Kingdom.
that's
Magic
what the
Actually,
guy
they-
told me.
They
The other
just
ones you
started
can.
state. The only place you can get alcohol in Magic Kingdom is the castle if you eat in the castle, and then the
Adventureland. They opened a bar in Adventureland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Beauty and the Beast, Be Our Guest. You can get like 2 drinks there. But yeah, no.
I've forgotten.
Disney
that-
never wanted. Disney's rule was to never sell alcohol in the
Walt.
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Walt never wanted it.
Yeah.
So
So they finally broke down and.
Well, how the heck is it the happiest place on earth? Like I don't understand. Like,
It's not.
what's so happy
There's
about this
other
place?
kinds of happy.
Have you seen the parents at Disney at Magic Kingdom?
yeah. Well.
I was the parent there.
There's a reason why we all go to Epcot and do drinks around the world afterwards.
That's on the agenda. I think the older boys want to do Epcot. Now my oldest is 21, so he's now
Yeah.
enjoying
the
Epcot.
best one by far.
Love Epcot.
My favorite.
We used to go to Epcot and just play games in each country, like
That would be cool.
beers around the world, and play a little card game in every country.
I gotta
cool.
convince wifey. Like let's
Yeah.
make that happen. We went because of the daughter. The daughter they had that beppity boppity boopity boutique thing experience.
That's expensive, or it can
Yep.
be.
Listen, I told her I don't want to know a thing. I'm gonna go. I went looking for a beer at that point and found nothing. All I know is she came out like fully dressed up like Belle, dress, shoes, scepter, jewelry, tiara, and like full makeup. It was amazing. She had a blast, and it's totally worth it. But that got me thinking about Disney IP, Disney property, and
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to getting into some
Villainous, a little Disney villainous.
I don't know. I love Villainous, but once you get to like 3 and 4 players,
It's rough. Yeah.
it is
long.
rough. It takes too long. But at 2, it's too tactical. It's
Yeah.
a good game. It's a good game.
Yep.
But that's where you brought up Lorcana. I want to try that co-op with wifey, like something because wifey and I like to play co-op games.
Oh, I got to bring over the Robin Hood version of
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff of Nottingham.
Sheriff of Nottingham.
Which that game just came up on the.
They're doing a second edition.
Well, no. Vassal did a best 5-player games.
Yep.
Oh, I haven't seen
Today,
it. I saw.
and that one came up, I'll spoil it for Rob and everybody else. No, I won't.
What number
Okay.
was it? No.
It was somewhere in the middle.
No, it was number 1.
Was it number
for
one?
Vassal?
Really?
It was number 1.
That's him trying to push the new edition.
You think so?
Come on.
Could be. Yeah.
Oh, timely, right?
Is it on the Dice Tower Essentials line?
I don't know.
It was. I'm sure. Yeah, it is. It was actually the first essential or the
Maybe
second.
something
Yeah,
like that. But
it
not
was
anymore now because it's changed hand a couple times.
Probably if it's with a
Who's
different-
producing it,
yeah.
company.
Time Roller in the chat. What is up? I believe is what that means.
Whoops.
Or whoops, you found your way in here.
Look what I stumbled on. Yep.
Welcome to the show. We are a live call-in show. We take phone calls, talk all day. We've seen you around, Time Roller. So thank you for rolling in, and hopefully one day you'll be a caller and call in. 813-618-7099 is the number. We have a guest, Patrick from Advanced 3 Spaces. We talked about card shootery. Look at that, I said it. All-natural, GMO-free, 100% board game for 2 players where you design your own charcuterie board.
Charcuterie. Close.
You're close.
He can say card shootery now, but he can't say the other one.
I tried really
one or the
hard.
other.
Charcuterie. I was going to ask, so as far as designing the game and the whole process, did you reach out to or have links? I'm not sure how it works. I'm ignorant on the process. You would think I would know more after doing this for 5, 6, 7 years now. But other designers or other professionals in the space, is there like a website you can go to and get hints and tips, or did you just off the cuff, just this was all you?
I bought books.
Oh, books. Okay.
Yeah. So I basically put a curriculum together.
Okay.
A bunch of games, like an encyclopedia of different mechanics. I got a book on graphic design. I got one on playtesting.
Wow.
And I plowed through those really quickly. And then there are definitely Facebook groups and all that
Sure.
talk about design and stuff. But for the most part, I read through the books, and the number one thing I kept seeing was playtest as soon as possible. And so I essentially cut out pieces of paper,
Yeah.
right? Just everything handwritten, and started playing it and just iterated until
Yeah, for
until
sure.
it was fun. And
Yeah.
I did, though, have my buddy Bill gave great input. So from a design perspective, and really helped refine it. So yeah, I did certainly.
Want to know that Jamie Stonemeyer has a long series on his website for game design.
Jamie Stegmeyer.
Stegmeyer.
Yeah, it's a Stonemeyer game.
Stonemeyer games.
There you go.
He has a big section on game development.
I'm sure.
And best game mechanism and my favorite mechanism. He has it's hundreds of videos that you can watch on game design, development, and production and stuff like that. So
An interesting segue from that is where I was going to go next, was that when you mentioned playtesting. So Carlos and I, we've told this story several times, but we were out. I've been to a couple, but he was. You kind of drugged me to the first one, I think,
Yep.
and then I've been to a couple since then. But the design Stonemeyer Design Days, is that what the official title is?
Yes.
Out in St. Louis, and we've been out there, invited by Jamie a couple times, and so it's interesting the designers you play with there, because there were designers who this was their 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th game, and then there were most of them where this was the first game, this was their baby, and the different stages that some of the games were in. So the whole purpose is they invited other people, other designers that maybe even weren't working on a game at that time, or people in the the YouTube space, the content creation space, and he had them all together, and he would have we would sign up throughout the day to play 4 or 5 different games, and so you got to go from table to table to table, and the designers obviously would get a lot of input. But one of the funny things is it was really interesting. Some of the designers did not want to hear input, and it was like they were defensive about their baby.
Yes.
And you would give them, hey, try this, try that. Oh, we're already past that point. We've already, this is the last thing. We're getting ready to go to market. And then you'd have others that had a notebook. Every piece of input you gave them, they would write down everything. They're like, oh no, give me more. They were hungry to get that.
Not even that, Rob. There was one guy you gave some feedback to. He immediately pulled the card out of the sleeve.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Wrote on it.
the card with a marker.
Then put it back into the sleeve.
And he had all his cards numbered, and he had a book that if you made a comment on a card, he went back to his book, and he was like, oh yeah, number 29. Yeah, we've talked about some changes to that card before. So it's just really interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, you talk about playtesting.
Earlier in my career did UX design and user research and all of that kind of stuff. So just like stopping and listening is important. So I was not always easy to hear,
Sure,
but
yeah.
always wanted it, right? And I think one of my most valuable playtesters absolutely shredded the game.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I wanted to throw it away after that playtest.
wow.
I was like, never mind. I don't want to do it anymore.
Crushed your hopes and spirits.
But the playtest, the next one after that, had a great time playing. So I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, it's not for everybody,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And he had some good feedback. He was the one who told me the cards were criminally small, and I was like, well, okay, criminal. I mean, that feels a little strong. But I then made the conscious choice. Like I wanted small cards that fit the board, so you could, support the theme. But that feedback is always really good.
Yeah, and I guess that's ultimately the thing. I mean, again, I've never designed a game. I have no desire to design a game. I play games. I don't design them. I leave that to people way smarter than me who know how things work and how things link and what's fun and what's not fun. But keeping an open mind, I think, and ultimately, obviously, it's your choice. The designer or the publisher in some cases helps make some of those decisions, I guess, if you have a big name publisher. But ultimately, it is up to you how it comes out. But just hearing what people have to say, and like I say, I'm sure sometimes it's hard to hear because this is, like I say, your baby. This is the thing you've worked on. You put all this time into it, and then when somebody has a negative comment or something that doesn't go with the theme. But yeah, it was just interesting hearing from for us. It was the first time we had a chance to do this. Was pre-COVID, so this was I don't know what 6, 7, 8 years ago, something like that. But just the differences in some of the designers, how some of them, and I'm sure some of them made lots of notes and probably went home and threw the notebook away. But it was interesting talking to those designers who seem to really be interested in, okay, how can, let's try that. Maybe in my next version, I'll try that. I don't love the idea, but let's try it and see if people like it. And, I could be wrong. So,
And I took a bit of an easy way out and said, well, you can just make up your own rules.
there you go.
Right.
Yep, that works too. Yep. So,
Edmund England says, never be defensive, just listen and write down.
That's right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I would flip my own table.
Just in the back of your head, you're like,
I just flip my own table.
Get out of my game. Yep. Mm.
bring like a little 3D printed table that you can just flip.
That's a new fidget toy right there.
Flip table. Flip the table. Yeah. Good stuff.
As we're getting to the top of the hour, it is 10 o'clock. Let's get into some Twig this week in gaming. Of course, Patrick, you're here as long as you desire. We'll start with you in the Twig. We talk about games we've been playing in the last week or so. How's gaming life for you?
It's pretty good. So, like I mentioned, a lot of Lorcana. So we gotten a bunch of new sets. So we were trying those out, and my oldest is building new decks around pirates and Treasure Island and all of that. So trying out those decks, that's fun. And then Acquisitions Inc. 2. And then I got some donations from a couple different publishers. I got one from, oh my gosh, I'm going to find them on your wall. So they do the, I am completely drawing a blank. The Unmatched Adventures.
That's
Restoration Games.
Restoration Games.
Thank you.
Yep.
So Restoration sent one. So we played Teenage Mutant Ninja
Ooh,
Turtles.
you got to play it?
He's
Yeah.
got that somewhere.
Yeah,
really
my
good.
buddy's borrowed
Oh,
it.
you got it loaned out. Okay.
Yeah, we lost, but we enjoyed
That
losing.
was normal. Well, I played multiple times with solo. I played with friends at church, and we just kept losing and losing and losing. So then I sent it home with my buddy, Ramey. He did some sketch stuff, like he used Squirrel Girl as a character.
Okay.
And if you're not familiar with that set, she has like 100 squirrel, not fighters, henchmen, or
Right.
what do they call them again?
Sidekicks?
Sidekicks.
Yeah.
That she can poop out. So he used that to block Shredder in and then beat up Shredder. And my bro, that doesn't count, right? Because that like you got to beat it with the turtles.
Yeah.
With the turtles.
Yeah.
And it took him a long time before he finally got it beat.
I think the mistake we made was just like frontal assault instead of trying to like pull the minions and Shredder apart, and like we even played just with one minion. We just did Bebop and Rocksteady just to make it.
Wow, you took
easy
it that
mode.
low and it still
Yeah,
beat you.
and they still beat us because we just went full frontal assault and they just whooped us. So
I haven't played that.
That's a
version
great
yet.
game.
I played the first one, but I haven't played the second one. We got to try the turtles sometime.
Yeah, I played the Amazing Tales
Yep.
that they have, so that one's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Turtles came in, and that one took my attention for a while. I really loved the Raphael deck. That punch again, miss punch again.
Right.
The ability to do that. And my buddy loves the Michelangelo mechanism with ADHD. Like you only get 3 cards. You don't know. You only get 3 cards, but you always add more cards. You're always getting more cards. So it's you can't really strategize a plan, but there's always more actions to take. It's a good game. Wayne, anything this last week?
Wayne's going to hit him. He's been playing the
Yeah,
games.
I haven't played a lot. Actually, I'll start with the simple party ones. We had a game day. Wesley, Nick Obin, Wesley Chapel Board Game Group. He had a board game day at the
Double
Branch Brewery, which
Mm-hmm.
just reopened. Some really good beers there.
New management.
Yeah, new management. So it was really good beers, and it was kind of cool because they used to have food there, but now it's just beer. And they partnered with like the pizzeria across the street.
Yep.
And a lot of breweries that don't have food let you can buy food and you have it shipped in or whatever. But this is kind of cool because it's all one bill.
Mm-hmm.
The brewery just charges you for the food and then you just pay it all, which I liked anyway. So long story short, we got there and as we're waiting for people to show up, we just busted out just one.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know just one. The one person is the clue receiver, and they'll choose a word at random, and then everyone else has to give one word that matches that word or leads you to that one word. The trick being, if the other people match it all, it gets eliminated. I bring that up because it's a fun game, but we played 6. There was 6 players, so there's always 5 clues, or was it 7? 6 or 7? 6, 7. 6, 7.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rob.
But I think we went like 8 or 9 rounds where nobody matched. And it was like, how are we doing this, right? It was crazy because normally somebody's going to match, like, use the same word or same. But we went like 8 or 9 rounds in a row where nobody matched.
And were you doing well? Were the people
Yeah,
getting
it was like instantaneous.
Okay.
We hit all 7 or 8 in a row, no problem whatsoever.
Full co-op too.
Yeah, and it was we were just sitting there and like. I think my buddy Bill had showed up, and I was telling him the game, and I said, "Now, normally people are gonna match because like we all think alike, we're all gamers, and we're like 3, 4, 5 rounds." And he goes, "We're all gonna match, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so."
not.
It's that meta, that deep meta.
Everybody tries to think of,
First word in my head. I know Wayne's going to think that.
Throw that out.
Find a second word. I bet Rob will think that. Okay,
Yeah.
how deep can I go in the chain?
That's why I was asking how well they did.
If I don't do the first word, then Wayne will not do the first word. So maybe Carlos does the first word, and then I'll just do that.
Oh,
word
but I put the poison in this cup.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 + 1 + 2 + 1.
That's why I was asking how well they did, because if they all try to go too deep, then
Yeah.
you don't give good enough clues, and then the person doesn't
Yeah,
get the
no,
answer.
it was good. So that was the first game of the day, and then
That's a great
By
game.
that, and then a bunch of people showed up, and then we all busted out, and we had 4 or 5 games going at a time.
Yeah.
So we had taken over the 3 big tables at the brewery, which was pretty cool. So yeah. So I'll start with that, and I'll go from there.
Well, I'll hit the easy one then. Bohemians, which we've got a copy around here somewhere. I brought back to you tonight. You got
Thanks to Portal Games for sending us a copy of Bohemians.
Absolutely.
It's all there.
Ignacy, you the man.
Oh, yeah, it's up there. So, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so Joanne and I have gotten a couple plays of that in. And I like the second play better than the first play just because now we had a better idea. It was a little snappier. We did teach 2 people. Well, we all 4 were learning the first time to some extent. And then the second game, we taught 2 new players.
And they picked up on it pretty quickly.
Yeah, and they enjoyed it. I know in our first play there was one experience that wasn't great at the table. This time, all 4 of us had a good time, and I liked it. Like I say, better the second time I played it, just because it clicked a little better for me. But it's a fun fun deck builder.
It's a very cool. I like the twist on deck building because it isn't a standard deck builder. Yep.
Beansanddice podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
Good evening, gentlemen. It's Chris from Texas.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Hello, Chris from Texas. We have a special guest tonight, Patrick. He's been on the show a couple times before. He's joining us, and we're talking about card shootery, his 2-player charcuterie board building.
Charcuterie. Something like that. Close enough.
How you doing, Chris? What's going on?
Doing great. Yeah, good to see you guys. Just driving home and thought I'd chime in on the twig this week.
Just
Thank
had some
you.
games played.
Yeah, so actually my wife and I last Thursday, we had a date night, and we actually took a game to the restaurant to play.
I like it. I'll allow it.
It's a game that my wife and I have been really enjoying together, and I have mentioned it one time previously, but now I've had a chance to play the game further. So there and back again, The Hobbit, there and back again. They're rolling right.
Oh, yeah.
Now, okay, so I've seen you with the Hobbit there and back again in the game. Tell me about table presence. Like, could that even fit on a dining room table for date night?
Oh, yeah. So you just have your own little book, and everyone plays on their own book, and there's just 2 of us. So even with 4 players, you can definitely fit on the dining room table. The two of the scenarios that we really enjoy, you just roll a 12-sided die, and that's all there is. You don't have to get out any of the components besides that. There's some other missions that will have more components, but even those, they're small tokens. You could still get it out with any of those scenarios. And the books are not huge because you're only playing on one, like it's a double-sided book, but you're only playing on one sheet. The other sheet just has the scoring on it.
Okay.
So one side, the left side's the scoring sheet, and then the other side is the playing sheet. And they're all laminated, dry erase. You just get a dry erase marker. They'll come with 4 dry erase in the box. You just grab your marker, grab your board. If you're just playing one of those scenarios that only requires a 12-sided die, just take the 12-sided die with you. Or if you need to, grab whatever tokens you need. But you can take the whole box in. It's not that large.
Okay. And so, if I remember correctly, so this is, you can play it, I guess the main way to play it is a campaign. There's some scenarios that string together, and you kind of play through the campaign. Obviously, I think you've done that. You've mentioned that before. And so now you're going back and replaying some of just the individual scenarios?
Correct, yeah. So we're going through it, but then we'll repeat a scenario that we really enjoy.
Okay.
So we're playing everyone at least twice.
Okay.
And that's kind of our thing. And my wife loves playing it. And we've now, I'd say there's 3 scenarios we really enjoy of the 4 we played. The other one we like, but not as much as the other 3. So far, 3 very strong ones. And I have heard that online that there's one scenario that some people aren't as much of a fan of, and that's the one we weren't as much of a fan of. It was all right, but 3 of them we really enjoyed, and we played each of them twice. So now we're going to do the scenario 5 next, and then play that one twice. Scenario 6, play that one twice. We just kind of like, and it's not like we'll do it always back to back. So sometimes we'll do, like, for instance, scenario 1 we did once. We did twice, excuse me, and then scenario 2 we did once. Then we went to scenario 3, played that one twice. So it's not like we're playing each one twice back to back necessarily, unless we want to. But we want to play each one twice just to get a good feel for them,
And help educate me a little more on this. So when you play the scenario, do they string together? Does what you do in one scenario affect the next one? Or how does the scoring work across the scenarios?
Yeah, they're each standalone. That's what we like about it. So there is no continuation between scenarios.
Okay.
So you score it, it's one and you're done, and then you just start a new one. It has new rules. The mechanisms are similar, but not exactly the same on every one. Now, except for 2. There's 2 that roll the 12-sided die. Those mechanisms are exactly the same. But then there's still some different scoring conditions. So everyone, even if the mechanisms are the same, the scoring conditions are unique to each scenario. I believe there's 8 scenarios.
Okay. My last question, I'm hogging up all the time here, but this is one that's been intriguing me. It's definitely caught my eye.
Ditto. I've got questions on it too, so I'm letting you go.
Okay, so you'll be next in line. Take a ticket. Anyway, so what I've heard, and I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but what I've been hearing in a lot of the reviewers, and I'm sure you've heard this too, is that the first time you play through it, it's really exciting. The first time discovering all the things and playing the scenarios for the first time, really cool. A lot of people say after that, they pretty much are shelving it and they'll probably never pull it out again. Sounds like you're having a different experience because y'all are going through and replaying the whole campaign and replaying even some of those scenarios. So what would you say, I guess, to the people who have the majority of the reviews I've seen, that's the thing. It's a lot of fun. It's an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 the first time through, but after that, after you've seen the stuff, it's not nearly as exciting. What do you say to that?
Well, I mean, at least in a 2-player game, there's a lot of head-to-head with some of these. And so I find that you're pivoting throughout the game based off of what the other player does in a head-to-head. So I think in a 2-player game, that's not true on all the scenarios. Like, there's 2 scenarios that, like, we change our strategy because then she knows that I played this way last time, so she's trying to counter my last, strategy. Then I know what she did, so then I'm trying to counter her strategy. And there is a lot of depth to the strategy because it is a little bit of a race to get to certain things, but then you can't get to everything. So you got to pick and choose the path you're going to go. And so I personally don't find that. I mean, I'm not a huge roll and write person either, Rob. I liked, Welcome to, I never played Welcome to the Moon, but the original Welcome to, I played that one, and I played maybe 2 other roll and writes besides it. So I probably played a total of 4 roll and writes. And I like Welcome to, but I got tired of it after a while. This one, to me, having the book where you can take it anywhere, it's portable. You have 8 different scenarios. I enjoy it. And then every scenario has completely different scoring conditions.
Okay.
So I don't find that. Maybe if we played the game, so we played it 7 times. Maybe if we played the game like 20 to 30 times, I'd be done with it. Maybe.
Okay.
But, I mean, I could easily get 16 plays out of it and not get tired of it.
It'll be a struggle to get Carlos through one full run of it. So
But you don't need to because they're not connected scenarios. We can just pick and pluck what we want.
No.
It's called there and back again.
You got to be there and then back again.
How about there and then maybe over there and then maybe that way?
Probably never getting back.
Listen,
I also like the artwork. The artwork's really good too. I don't know if y'all have screenshots pulled up.
I
but-
did.
we're looking at
I was going to mention
pictures.
that the image of Gollum on the rock on the lake in the cavern was pretty BA. That was pretty badass. That was pretty cool. The way they did that artwork. But I think what really stood out for me is I went to the ratings and I looked for ratings with comments, and there's only one rating. Oh, I'm sorry. There's only 3 people that have rated it a 1, and only one of them left a comment. And it had to be the nicest rated 1 comment I've ever seen. Right? The comment is, "It's clever that you have to draw on top of your older lines and create branching paths instead of waiting for the dice to give you exactly what you want, but it's still way too solitaire for me." Right? It talked. The commenter talked about seeing how roll and write fans would like this, but it did nothing for them. Just checking off a list in the right order to maximize points. That probably had to be the nicest one comment I've ever seen.
The question they asked was my question. Listening, are you both Bilbo, or are you different? Are Bilbo and Gollum
Who are the players?
I love Lord of the Rings, so this is important to me.
So it depends on the scenario. Like the ring scenario where Gollum's there, it's Gollum's cave. Obviously, you're playing as Bilbo in that one. And Bilbo's in everyone. But like the first scenario, you're playing as like all the dwarves. Like you're trying to get all the dwarves to bag in. And you also get Oakenshield to bag in, and Gandalf as well. But first player who gets all dwarves to the bag in ends the game. So every scenario has an in-game trigger, which I enjoy, because then okay, as soon as the one player does this, it's going to trigger the end. And it has to be like, you could be going for one thing, I could be going for another, but until you finish that in-game goal, or I finish it, it's going to keep going. And so I love that you know what the in-game trigger is. You're kind of paying attention to what the other player's doing. You are to see how close they are to getting it. And if you know they're about ready to get that in-game trigger, then you're trying to get as many points as fast as you can. And I like that race feel. It's really fun. Of course, obviously the theme helps. Lord of the Rings is my favorite franchise. So this probably gets an extra point just because of the theme for me. But I like the artwork. I like the components. Everything is well produced. And I like the ability to just change on the fly to different scenarios. You're not just playing the same game every time. And I enjoy that. Now, I know Welcome to the Moon has that. I have not played Welcome to the Moon. It has different scenarios. But because of the theme, I know I'd still like this one better.
Yeah, I like Welcome to the Moon quite a bit because I like the different scenarios that you're not just playing like Welcome to, was it your neighborhood officially or whatever it was?
You can just change the board, but it's really the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, you're pretty much doing the same thing. But Welcome to the Moon really kind of changed up how you played each of the, I think it's 5 or 6 different scenarios in that one. So they only have, I think, the first 3 on BGA, and I've only played those first 3, so I haven't played the other ones that aren't on there yet. But I'm really enjoying the variety there because you are really kind of doing different things on those different boards.
Aaron Clark just put a comment in our chat and speaks to the same topic here. It says, Aaron says, "I've only played the first scenario so far, and that was solid. I think people who want an immersive Lord of the Rings / Hobbit are going to be disappointed. but it's like 8 unique roll and writes. So there's 8 scenarios, and he's calling them each unique roll and writes.
Cool.
And then he agrees that the production and the art are great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this comment on Board Game Geek. It says, absolutely charming and pure fun. Short, easy to learn, quick to play, lovely theme. This is the funniest Knizia ever designed. My wife loves it so much, she actually wants to buy it for other people and teach it to them, which almost never happens. So see another spouse that really enjoys the game.
I guess
And,
I
you
have
know,
to
it's
get
going
it
to go
now.
up in my book if my wife likes the game. Because
you
there's
have to
some
get it.
games that she doesn't want to play.
Let me borrow it.
Right?
Well, see, I tried to get her into the trick-taking campaign, right? And that kind of fell flat because that one can be very mechanical. Although it has the story element, right, with the cards, you're still converting the story into a trick-taking game, right? So you're just taking tricks in different order. So it fell flat, and then the more I hear you talk about it, the more I saw in the comments there, and now Aaron's comment, I think this might be yes. Yes.
Yeah. And even
There's a flea market this weekend,
Yeah,
so let me go to
keep
the
an
flea
eye out for it
market.
there, see if it's there.
I'll see if one's there, and then I'll go from there.
And even if it is a one run, I think it's cheap enough that if you just play through all the scenarios one time and discover it and have fun with it one time, that's probably
That's still
worth
more
it.
than I play most games.
$30 to $40 for the game, right? It's not that.
Absolutely.
And I just got rid of a
and
stack of games, so I have
There you
room
go.
now.
No, those are from your
Well, it
garage.
plays
man.
great solo, too. I didn't say it, but I played it once solo.
Oh, it's also a soloable.
Yep.
All right, that's another
Here's
plus.
somebody that another plus, and then someone on Board Game Geek says great solo and absolutely amazing with 2 players. See, that's why I think the sweet spot is 1 or 2. I really do.
How many
I have
how many
played it
players
with-
does it go up to?
It goes up to 4, and I have played it with 4 once. I played it with 3 twice, and I played it with 2. Three times or 4 times? 4 times with 2, and then 1 solo.
Very interesting.
So, and then this person says the same thing. My wife and I are enjoying it a lot. So far, we played the first 2 scenarios 3 times, and we can't wait to play the third. I'm also super curious to try it with 4 players. So another person who plays it with his spouse, and he's played it multiple times. The same scenario.
Yeah.
Cool.
I see it here on my Amazon app. Let me hit the heart for now. For now.
Hard for now. You're not going to buy this one on the show.
show.
That's usually what would happen, but if that flea market makes it smart
Yeah.
to wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Other than Fortino messaged me on the way here that he had a copy of SETI come in.
Oh,
Like,
did he?
All right, hold it. I'm coming to get it.
My man. Did he have any more expansions left?
He did. One expansion left, so I have to
Hey.
hold that too.
Now we can play over Zoom.
Yeah, not. Anyway,
All right, Chris, back to you. You're the caller.
Yeah, I have one more shout out for Twig. I was at a gaming event on Saturday, and I introduced, no one had played it before, Trinket Trove. I played it 6 players, 2 games back to back. We played it the first time. Everybody wanted to play it again. One of the ladies at the table, she had been wanting to try this game. It was on her, want to play list. And 2 of the people at the table added it to their wish list, and they're planning on buying it.
nice.
Trinket Trove. Have I talked about that one yet? Y'all know what it is?
You have, and you almost had me pull the trigger on it. It wasn't until I saw that it was a card game, like a small box card game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
correct,
that's what
yep.
almost had me pull the trigger on it. But I'm doing better. I'm doing better, folks.
Are you?
Summer strain. Yeah.
This year I've done well this year. What have I bought this year?
Foundations of Rome, 2 copies of Dorf Romantic.
Wayne's got it
the
memorized. He knows.
expansion
He keeps track. He's got it all written down at home. He reads it every night before he goes to bed.
He's like, I'm not, oh no, dude, I get Foundations
You
of
remind
Rome.
him. You can see right. You see right. Point
Dorf
over there.
Romantic.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah,
Finn's,
Dr. Finn's.
strategy book.
Okay, so not as good as I thought I did.
I want to hear about that strategy book from Dr. Finn once you get a chance to play it, because it sounds interesting.
Have you gotten into it at all?
I have not. I've been doing nothing but reading legal documents
Let me
for
borrow
the
it.
last month. Yeah, take it.
No, I'm just joking.
Being serious. It's here.
I'm just playing that up. I borrow everything.
Rob doesn't buy anything.
So,
Nope. I bought more games.
So
this
there's
year
one
than
of the-
ever. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
no, I was going to say there's one more game that I played that I've never played previously. It's an old game. Everybody knows it here, I'm sure. I played for the first time Cash and Guns.
Oh,
yeah.
that was an early game that Carlos turned me on to when
I
he
get
brought
Cash
me
and
in.
Guns and all the expansions and stuff.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, nice.
Yeah, and we played it with 8 players, and it was a blast because we had a big group there.
I see what you did there.
A blast.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, and I actually pulled away with the victory. I had 3 or 4 paintings. I think I had 3 paintings, but I had a bunch of $20,000. I think 2 $20,000 bills
No.
too.
I gotta bust
I was
this
only
out.
eliminated from one. I think I was only eliminated once or twice. Twice maybe total the whole 8 rounds we played. So I was able to get points 6 of those rounds.
I bet you my kid
did pretty
and his
well.
friends would love this.
I had to
bust this
hide
out.
it from the kids because they kept busting it out to play with the foam guns. That's all they used it
Tear
for.
your-
Now,
tear up your phone guns.
in the first edition of the expansion, they had the katanas and the throwing stars.
Oh, I didn't have that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you played this one,
No.
Patrick?
No, I don't know this one.
Cash and Guns,
It's,
right?
it's the end of Reservoir Dogs, the board game.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're deciding. You aim guns at everyone, right? To decide it's a Mexican standoff.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
And then you have a
Yeah.
card hidden with whether or not you loaded it, right? And you don't know who's actually loaded their gun at each other.
And then on the count of 3, you either stay. So in the middle of the board, there'll be money, paintings, diamonds, whatever, because you all just been on a big, stealing
Heist
spree,
score.
heist score, yeah. And we're all pointing at each other, and you go, well, everyone pointed at me, and you can drop your gun, you're out, and then whoever's left and doesn't get shot gets to split up all the money, and then you do that again.
You only
do
have
that
so many bullets. That's the big
Yeah,
thing.
you
You
have-
can't shoot
You
every
have
time.
it's 8
Yeah.
rounds, eight or 10 rounds.
It's been a
eight rounds,
long
something
time
like
since
that.
I
It's
played.
8
8 rounds,
Eight
and you only
rounds.
have- and you only have 3 bullets.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Something like that.
And so
Yeah.
5 of the
That's
time it's going to be
correct.
empty,
That's
5 of the time
correct.
it's going to be fun. And then there's like expansions where you can have like a double bullet, or
shotgun.
a shotgun, or
foam shotgun.
yeah. Like all kinds of different cards. And
Because on
different
3,
abilities.
you aim at someone. 1, 2, 3, and everybody
Right.
aims. But then the card, you don't know, is it loaded or not loaded? And like, well, I saw you shot already 2 times. There's no way you're going to shoot at me this time. But if you really want in on that stash, you might waste your bullet early.
Right.
Because you're going for a set collection thing. Like the paintings, you're trying to get sets of paintings. And the most diamonds gives you the most diamond card, which is worth even more points.
60,000.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you
60,000
and
for
if you get
those.
shot 3 times, you're out. You're eliminated.
It's just chaos fun, man.
Yeah,
That sounds
it's
good.
Mexican standoff the game.
We played a really mean.
Well, and you
version.
only have 3 life.
Yeah.
You only have 3 health, so
Yeah.
you got to watch your health.
Yeah, the little band-aids look cool, too. The little band-aid tokens are real nice.
Yeah.
Great game.
Yeah, good callback.
I have
from-
good memories,
it's an
man.
old one. Yeah.
Now I'm looking around where my copy is. See, the thing is I
Garage.
jumped between that one and Bang the Dice game.
It's up there.
Rob found it.
Yep. Near,
Yeah, above Wayne's head. There
yep,
it is.
Lower Battle Lore. Yep.
Just above Battlelore. Cash and Guns. That's coming out. I'm gonna find a way to get that played.
It's a fun one.
Well, I was gonna say I played a really mean game on it. I'm trying to remember who I played with. I've only played it with you, I think, ever. I played it like 5 or 6 times. I want to say it was some of your extended family or something, and you got them all convinced to point at me like every round. Everybody was pointing at me. I was like, "This sucks."
But
I was out early.
we hit you with that Puerto Rican judo.
Exactly. Yeah, Puerto Ricans are mean.
Yeah, that Puerto Rican judo. When I put my hand behind my back, you don't know. You don't know if I have a knife.
I flex. You
You don't
flex,
know if
we
I have
all-
a gun. You don't know if I have a stick.
Judo.
That Puerto Rican judo.
Gotcha.
I'm glad we gave you that PTSD.
Yeah,
you're like family,
that's a
Rob.
memory.
My
Yeah.
family does ask about you regularly.
really?
Yeah. Like, how's your friend Rob?
Little white guy. Where did he go?
He was so angry that day.
I bet. Anyway.
Thank you, Chris, making it a call-in show, man. You are appreciated.
My pleasure, guys. Anytime. And now I have a new gaming group that meets once a month, with lots of people. So I'll tell you guys more about the next one next month. So what
Nice.
games to play.
Yeah, and then you can update us on your top. Well, you really don't do a top 20 list, but we'd like to hear what your favorite games played this year have
Yeah, I
been.
could do that sometime. Yeah, I could definitely do that. The new
My
year,
goal is to
so
do it.
I don't know. Do y'all just wipe the slate clean from last year, or do you use last year's list moving into this year?
January 1st, we get a whole new magnetic board to start with.
Okay.
I wiped all the magnetic strips clean, and we started fresh. We haven't done our update for February's plays. It was going to be today, but I wanted to prioritize my buddy Patrick coming in.
That's me. Yeah.
So we will do our top 20 update for February plays next week because I will be gone for a couple weeks after that for work out of town. So I got to figure that one out.
We're all going to be off that 1 week, out that 1 week.
Spring break.
Spring break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we may just take spring break off completely, but we'll figure it out.
I'll be cruising.
I'll be in New Orleans.
Have a great night, Chris. Thanks for calling, man.
You too, guys. Good night.
Thanks for calling. Thanks.
Rob, you were in the midst of your twig.
Bohemians.
Yeah, I didn't hear that ring. Did you turn the ringer off? Usually I pick up on that ring right away, and then you're over there waving the phone.
I had my meta glasses on.
Oh, they're
So
picking up on it.
It was connected. It rung in my glasses.
In your brain?
Yeah, in my brain.
Here somewhere.
I love these things. I didn't think I was going to like them. But I just having, connection without having to have earbuds in or anything is awesome.
Always on connection.
I know.
Just what he needs. Anyway, yeah, so just wrapping up Bohemians. But yeah, second play, good time. It's, I mentioned this the first time. I stick with it. It doesn't do anything. Oh, I heard that. I heard that.
Beansanddice podcast.
Heard that.
State your name. Where are you calling from?
This is Ron from Atlanta.
Hey, Ron.
Caller number 2. Thanks for joining in.
Been a few weeks.
Yeah, it has been. Been busy.
Yeah, that's good, I think, maybe.
Yeah, just just various things on Thursday nights, and also being a parent. That's an important thing.
Sure.
So I haven't been able to catch much of your show. Like I just tuned in, and then Chris called, so I listened to that.
We've got Patrick with us from Advanced 3 Spaces, which it effectively mean Advanced Third Spaces, which is the theory or the concept you introduced us to a couple of years ago when we first started talking about third spaces. He turned it into a non-for-profit, and he's been using that to share gaming and reduce social isolation in the Tampa Bay area. So I think you called in one time when Patrick was on the show, if I remember correctly, because it was just cool, that connection there.
I may have. It's important, whether that third space is for gaming or book club or whatever. We need that because this world. It's funny, like there's a dual nature of the modern world. Like on the one hand, there's a tribal connection in your online spaces, but on the other hand, there's layers and layers of isolation at the same time, and I feel like that it can be really dangerous when you don't have the community in real space, right? Because anybody, it's much easier to be like divisive when you're online in the online spaces than it is to be face to face. Like you don't want to risk like most people are conflict avoidant. Or to put a positive spin on it, most people want to seek harmony in their relationships, and it's easier to be divisive and antagonistic when you're not dealing with the people face to face. So, yeah, third places are cool, but that is not why I actually called. Talk about gaming.
Let's go.
What you been gaming?
So we celebrated a friend's birthday today, and he wanted a Marvel themed hangout. So So we hung out at Meeple Madness there in Flowery Branch, Georgia. He brought a bunch of Marvel games. I brought a couple of games. But we played, the only game that we played tonight was Marvel United. So we're kind of pitching ideas of what games we could play, and like, I had expressed a desire to kind of, to have an option for like one versus many or team versus team, and he threw out like the Infinity Gauntlet scenario. Like, no, that's a mini campaign, but you know what? That'd be great to play. So that's what we played. We only played three of the four scenarios. In case you don't know what this is, folks that are listening, is I'm sure you know what Marvel United is, but Marvel United is a very simple co-op card-based game that takes 30 to 40 minutes to play, and is amazingly cooperative for its simplicity. Because you play cards out to a tableau they call a storyline, and you use the symbols on your card and in conjunction with the symbols on your teammate's card previously played to advance your missions and eventually beat up the bad guy and win the game. In the Infinity Gauntlet, it is a series of linked games where Thanos has his three minions, Black Dwarf, Ebony Maw, and Proxima Midnight, and they're chasing the Infinity Stones, of course. And then you play, in each scenario, you shuffle some Infinity Stones in, and like it sets as a timer. So like you get to a certain point in the villain's deck, as they play, they reveal the Infinity Stone. That means that they get the Infinity Stone, and Thanos has it for the final climactic battle. So we played three of the games. We got slaughtered by Proxima Midnight. I'll just tell you the heroes that we used were Doctor Strange, Squirrel Girl, Venom, and Rocket Raccoon. So like the other guys, like I was the most experienced in Marvel United, and so I was like, I said, I'm going to play Doctor Strange. We need Doctor Strange. Right, and that's what's so great about this game. Like, they do so many interesting things in the design. Eric Lang, right?
Yep.
Of course. There's so many great things with this simple cooperative game. You're just manipulating. You're manipulating your deck. You're manipulating the villain's master plan deck. You're manipulating the storyline with the tableau, which you lay the cards out and you play it kind of, the storyline, the tableau, tells a story, right? Like, this is, me, I love my thematic gaming. This is right up my alley. Now, we didn't get to finish. We beat the three minions, and then the game store is going to have a party on Saturday. So actually, we're gonna play the Thanos mission on Saturday to wrap it up. But I'm just really jazzed to get my own copy out and go out and play Marvel United now.
I got to give this another shot. I mean, I have only played the base game, the very first intro, and I've played it 2 or 3 times, and I found it to be completely flat for me. But everybody's told me you got to mix in some of the stuff. You got to play the harder stuff. You got to mix in some of the other bosses, and so I need to try this.
This is in Z's top 10 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more here that I'm missing out on.
I had the same experience. We played it once with the kids, and then
for me it was
never
like,
got it out again.
Okay, yeah, you put some cards. Yeah, you helped me with a card.
Give me a token, thanks.
Yeah.
Now, I busted out my copy of the Thanos box set, Ron. It was right behind Wayne, and they're poking fun at me silently here because it's all still in shrink. The cards are still wrapped.
Of course.
Because when I busted it out and looked at the rule book, I was like, ooh, this seems a little harder to, like, grok. Am I really going to want to teach this to the kids? Because to me, United seems to be a simple game. How hard was it to step into this module?
I played with one kid that has never played before, and I played with one guy that played the game a couple of times, and then another guy played the game probably a few times, and I have the most experience. For everyone but the kid playing for the first time, it was easy enough to grok. The Infinity Stones, I mean, there's only a couple of things that is adding to it. You know how the villains, Carlos, how some of the tougher villains can get more involved, right?
Yes.
They can do things, they end up playing an extra master playing card and all this kind of stuff. And so it was good for me being there, playing and facilitating that, and like making everybody slow down so that we can, go through things properly. So that was helpful. But other than that, you got your little side missions that you can get. You can earn your power ups for the final battle. That's just a side thing, right? And it's just basic Marvel United, except the villains might be a bit more complex, but they're definitely more difficult. Proxima Midnight took us to town. It was.
What happens when you lose a mission? Because this is 3 games, then fight Thanos. Is this like a fail forward, or do you have to redo?
You fail forward.
Is there any repercussions for having lost going into the next game?
Thanos will have more of the Infinity Stone. So you start the game, you pick one of the 3, doesn't matter which one. You're going to put 3 stones in the deck. And, there are cards in the master plan. Like, you do 6 cards and you put a Infinity Stone. They have the Thanos card back because they're going to all go in Thanos' deck in the climax battle. You put 6 cards in a stone, and then you put another 4 cards in a stone, and then the last card at the very bottom of the deck. So you're either, chances are he's going to get at least one of the stones. But if you can manage to beat the villain before, we ended up winning 2 out of the 3 scenarios. So Thanos has 5 of the stones. He's not going to have all 6, thank goodness. But yeah, all the stones they're just extra cards. And in the scenarios, when you uncover the card in the deck, it automatically goes to Thanos. And that's it. Now we haven't played the Thanos scenario, so the cards all have a one-time power, and they all suck. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let me tell you. But that's all it is. It's just another master plan card that does something horrible.
Good. This one has been mean mugging me because it sits where Wayne sits. My cube of it. I've decided to keep it to 1 cube of Marvel United.
You actually organize something?
Not pieces everywhere.
The playmat's down there somewhere. I did get rid of all the extra Kickstarter stuff I didn't need because other people wanted it, so I got rid of it. But I got it down to 1 cube, and this is one that I kept was the Infinity Gauntlet because I really want to play it. I was just worried it might be too much. I am going to commit to getting this one played. Based on your prodding here, it's telling me Carlos has been long enough. It's time to get it played.
It's 4 games. We played 3 of them games in like 2.5 hours. You know, with setup and like people were newer, so like it was, and we had distractions and everything like that because it was a social situation and everything. But I felt like I played a mini campaign, right? Like, and there's not a lot of games you can say that about in that amount of time.
Oh, I like campaigns.
And I like solo. And I hear that the best way to play this one solo is to run 3 characters on your own. I think it's how Z said it.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I do when I play. I play 3 characters solo.
And I love the playmat, that giant circular playmat. I'm excited about getting that thing back out. It just draws attention. Like wherever you lay it on a game table, people come over and they see that playmat. All right, this one's getting on the table.
You know, Carlos, I have a proposal.
Dale.
I'm going to try to. I think this could be played over a webcam.
I was going to say over Zoom.
I love playing games over a webcam.
Crazy.
Let's do it sometime. We can chat offline.
I'll get in on that. I got to play it again.
That's actually a pretty cool idea because we all have our own decks, right? I'm thinking back to it. It's really just going to be if I have the character you have, which I do have, Doc Strange. I think it was like a special character that I had bought separately. Yep, my son loves using him. He's strong, bro. He's OP. Like if you play Doc Strange, then I can insert your card from that deck into the slot of the storyline. Based on where you play it, so we have like a master storyline that we can set up on Zoom.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just so easy. Like basically, one person has the master set up, and like people could play with their characters remotely, and with their own decks. You might want to have. I would have kind of a setup too.
Yep.
Right.
Just to kind of a proxy to kind of see to make it easier for you to tell.
Yeah.
Okay. March is pretty rough, but we can definitely plan for a spring thing in April. I'm going to be away for at least 2 weeks for work. I think I'll be in March coming up to Flowery Branch. My cousin's having a baby over in Flowery Branch, so I will be up there. Let me try to coordinate that. Try to figure all that out. That would be great. Maybe I'll take this with me. All right, good call, Juan. Good call.
All right.
Making me shop my own games. Like, I like that. Thank you.
No problem. You know me, man, because I just haven't been getting out and hobby gaming a lot. It's one of the kind of benefits of that is that I'm going back to games that are already in my library or my friend's library, right? And the experience is fresh and new, as opposed to chasing the new shiny.
That's what I have Chris from Texas for. He's always throwing me the new shinies, and then Ron to settle me back down into Carlos. Just shop what you have, bro. Shop what you have.
Don't assume there's any chance I'll be seeing you in 2 weeks over in Lafayette, Louisiana.
I couldn't work it out, unfortunately, schedule-wise.
Okay. I'll have you in spirit there when I'll have to play something. Maybe I'll play some Marvel United or something out there. Yeah, I'll figure something out.
All right, brother.
Definitely. Yeah. Play something not simple, Rob.
Okay. I can do that.
There you go.
I mean, like in Marvel United, like it I feel like, you playing Captain America wouldn't be enough for you. You need to dig into it.
Yeah.
You need to dig into one of the tougher scenarios and, characters that have special powers that do some things that you really have to make some some. I won't say meaty decisions, but I would say some substantial decisions.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's what everybody says it. So I know it's a thing. I gotta try it. Everybody's like, oh, you've only played the base. That's just teaching you the game. Now play, this scenario or this setup. So I gotta try something a little more meat on the bone.
All right, brother. Appreciate you calling. Have a good night. Be safe. God bless.
Likewise.
Thanks,
Take it
Ron.
easy.
So, Ron.
It's our buddy Ron Frazier.
Ron Frazier, Hot Atlanta.
Puts the phone line back open. Actually, no, we're at the last 10 minutes. We got to wrap the show up.
Yeah.
So I will shut the phone line down at this point, and go back to the comments because I want to make sure I catch up on those. Thank you, Ron, for making it a call-in show as well. In the comments, we've got... we do have a question here. Just a question. What was the Ukrainian artist called? So this one is for Patrick.
You're going to have to give me a minute.
All right. Next question. I find, says Aaron Clark, Marvel United fine, but have kept it thinking my son and I will eventually play. I wish more of the complexity and asymmetry was hero-focused rather than villain-focused. Aaron, that's the piece, right? So, like, the villains, I've played some that have processes that you've got to go through to, like, run the villain. But the heroes do kind of feel samey in that I'm looking for a punch here. I'm looking for a move here. I'm looking for a heroic here. Except for when it got to like Doctor Strange, he got pretty cool. He has some cool interactions with his cards and being able to do like his whole magic kung fu thing that he does.
Does he have his own cards in here?
Yes. Okay. So open that box up, you'll find his deck of cards.
Okay. All right. I've only played the game once.
Just open that box like Carlos opens...
No, let's not do that.
What was that game?
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Yeah.
Sea salt and paper.
Sea salt and paper, yeah. Do you got the name of that Ukrainian artist?
I do. Her
Here we
name was Olena, and I
Won't even try the last name?
won't even try the last name, but it's SHKAVRON.
All right, make sure you rewind that. That's the one time you're getting it.
For Edmund, to see if he knows that one.
Edmund out in Sweden.
Yeah.
And then Aaron says, there is something to be said about simplicity, but if I'm playing solo or two-player, I'm picking Marvel Champions.
Oh, yeah. Marvel Champions is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like simplicity in my solo games. I have been loving Final Girl. I've just been on this kick.
That's not super simple.
Still, that's
I was
not
like,
super simple.
Simplicity? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree. Like I find like I can pick it up right now.
Annoying.
Setup is hard,
Yeah.
but gameplay is simple. It's all about these are the only cards you're getting. Like this is it. This little tableau of cards. These are the only cards you're using.
Cycle them around.
It's too damn hard, man.
It's hard. Yeah, I like
die
that
a
about
lot.
it.
I
I
get
died
you're
so
like,
many times.
it's a horror movie and you're gonna die a lot, but like if I'm soloing something or even cooperative, I want a 50-50, maybe 55,
Yeah, we've
45.
talked about that a bunch.
You want like I want to lose 80% of the time?
Yeah,
No,
25.
I'm not having fun.
I want
losing
25,
80% of the time.
75. I want to feel like I did something when I beat it.
60-40 maybe.
My teenager picked up that game, and I was like, I don't know, kiddo. It's pretty tough.
Oh, yeah.
They won.
Really?
Yeah, first time playing. They
I've won 1 out of 4. So
It's like, you didn't play it right.
Yeah. It is one I found myself when I went back like, oh, yeah, I did miss that. Well, whatever.
Yeah, that's
I
the
mean,
problem too. is
Yeah, there's a
like-
lot of little rules. Yeah.
I don't know. I found that one
that-
pretty light on the rules.
Or
Really?
maybe you think you did.
Oh, yeah. Are you playing it right? Are you doing it?
and I'm still
And
losing.
you're still losing. That's even worse.
Not good. Anyway.
My twig.
Yeah.
Super
Sure.
fast.
Yeah.
Check this out. Flip 7. It's the only thing I played since we last did a show. But here's how it went down. Flip 7, I found a solo variant and two-player variant. Actually, I was looking for a two-player variant, but I found it's solo or two that adds these bots. So in a two-player game, it makes you feel, or even in a solo game, makes you feel like you're playing with 3 or 4 players. There's a risky bot and a conservative bot. And they're going to be, so you play your hand, your second player plays their hand, and then you flop for the bots. The first bot would be Safe Bot. Safe Bot will pass once they have 3 cards. They have 3 cards in front of them, they're passing. They're done. Unless they have a safe card. If they have a safe card, then they go until they burn the safe card. Risky Bot will go to 5 cards and then pass. So Risky Bot is going up to 5. I played it solo that way. It really did make me feel like I was playing in a 3-player game, and it was hard. It kind of amazed me how easily that algorithm can get you good points, like good consistent points every round, where the bot is like, I have 3 cards, I'm good. And, I'm over here pushing for 7.
Did you lose?
Yes, I lost.
It's amazing how often you lose against yourself in board games.
Solo gaming, where you beat yourself up. You teach yourself how much you suck at playing against yourself.
I guess.
But while I was doing that, a buddy of mine, Ramy, from church, because I was at church playing solo while the kids were doing their Sunday stuff. Ramy came over with his sons, his 2 boys, and they were kind of finishing up the kid stuff they were doing. So we played a game. So I got to introduce them to Flip 7. And, man, it was great. His youngest boy, I believe, is around 10-ish, 9 or 10. And then his older boy is Gabe's age, 14-ish, 15. And older folks were leading, of course, right? And then the kid just starts pushing his luck. The little 8, 9-year-old, he just starts pushing his luck. And next thing you know, the kid ends the game at like 250 something. Like it was like he went high score at the end of the game. Was so ecstatic because he had that emotional roller coaster of like, I'm stinking at this, I'm losing at this, I'm busting. And then the cards just kind of happened, like multiple modifiers. It was great to see that game shared with others. So Flip 7 was the one game I played. But I did get to talk a lot about games with Ramy. He is hosting an unmatched tournament at the church.
Oh, nice.
Not this weekend, but next weekend, which is the first weekend that I have to head out for work out of town, so I won't be able to be there. But he's gonna, he and I talked about how because I've hosted unmatched tournaments before at Your Turn GameCon or Game Store, so I got to share with him my ideas, my thoughts, how he should do it, so he can implement it. He's gonna take all the unmatched that he has, plus the stuff that I let him borrow, lay it all out there for people to pick characters to play, and just do a whole tournament. And then he's got like 12, 13 people already who are willing to go join up at the church to play.
Reminds me, I signed up for an unmatched tournament at Sobo in 2 weeks. I'm coming for you, BJ. BJ's in that tournament. I'm coming for you, BJ.
It's a throwdown.
Go, go.
Oh. It is a gumbo, bogey gumbo, beans and dice showdown.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun to talk unmatched, talk tournaments, talk how to run that stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
That was my week in gaming. Anybody else got anything left on their
anything
week?
else this last week or so? No.
I don't think so. I mean, we did the Lorcana, and that was the big one.
Yeah. Wayne's got a list of them.
I mean,
one more that we played together.
Yeah, let's do one more we played together. Why don't you? So I taught Rob and Sam Raccoon Tycoon.
Oh, that one too. Yeah, I was thinking Rob, but I forgot about Rob too.
Yeah, Raccoon Tycoon is a economic game. You're building kind of railroads and towns, and you're doing so by you have 5 basic actions. You can either collect commodities and raise the price of some commodities, sell commodities, buy a railroad, buy a town, or buy a building card. Yeah, and so it's really all about timing. Jacking up a certain commodity and hoping it gets back to you so you can sell your version of that commodity for the most amount of money.
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah, buy low, sell high. And then while you're doing that, you then can start auctions to auction off a railroad. And the railroads are cute cards, and you're trying to get sets, because if you get Big Bear Railroad, you want multiple Big Bear, because then it goes from like 1 to 7 to 9 victory points. And then you can buy some buildings that either augment your abilities to produce or sell goods, or augment your abilities to have hand cards. And so that's it. It's a relatively simple game.
Yeah.
But it's the timing of manipulating the markets that really make the game, I think, kind of excel. And I played it a few times now. This is the second or third time I played it, but I taught Rob and Sam, and I think they enjoyed it. Rob, I'll just take it over.
It was my first play ever. I mentioned to you that when you brought it up before we even got there, I said, "Oh yeah, this is one that's been on my list for at least 4 or 5 years. I think it's been one I'm sure I've mentioned to Carlos before. This is one I wanted to play. So it's a light-ish stock manipulation economic game. I would say light. I mean it's not like entry-level gamer, but as far as stock manipulation and stock games and railroad games get way more complicated than this. So this was an introduction to that, and it was fun. I liked it.
It looks cute though. It's got
very cute.
which makes it feel lighter than it probably is.
Yeah. And it's really, again, it's just buy low, sell high. You kind of hope to jack up that market, and then hope it comes, like Wayne said, hope it comes back to you before somebody sells a whole bunch of that product to crash that market again.
And I think where you've got it too is like, so you keep, that's one of the cards you can play where you'll produce those goods and then increase the market value of the top goods, and you get to produce the bottom goods. So there's that.
Okay, so it manipulates the price of the goods with the top of the card,
Right.
and
then you produce goods.
goods, right? And
Now,
then
when do you sell?
next time around you can sell. You can
Is that another action
It's
card?
a separate
Yeah, it's
action.
one-
It's
yeah,
not a
it's
card.
just an action.
It's just an action. You just say, I'm
Yeah.
going to sell.
But what's interesting is you have this. If you find the game board itself, the top of the game board has the market where you're manipulating the market, and then the bottom of the game board has the buildings you buy. But then there's when you start the auctions for the railroads, you start the auction. If you lose the auction, you get another turn. If you win the auction, then your turn's over. But it's always interesting because if I know that Rob and Sam just sold a bunch of goods and got 30, 40 credits, money, whatever, and I know I don't have enough, I'm not going to start an auction. But if they start an auction, they know I can only bid so much, but it's your money's kind of hidden. So you're also kind of trying to time manipulating the market to sell, to then immediately do an auction the next time around before anyone else can sell, so that you can outbid them.
You have more money. Yeah.
You run people out of money until, like Sam did that to us. She ran Rob and I out of money one round, and then she just started an auction. Okay, I bid 6, knowing that we were out of money.
Is it a closed economy, or does money go back to the bank?
Money goes back to the bank when you win the auction, but so it's not really a closed economy. It's kind of, you could really jack up. I mean, some of the building tiles cost 60, 70, 80. And so, you start the bid for the train, it may start at 3 or 4, but I think the highest one was maybe 20 or 30, 27, 30-ish.
Yeah,
I paid
auction,
30-ish
yeah.
for a railroad.
Maybe, yeah.
But it was interesting because Sam had did that where she ran us out of money and got a couple with 2-3 railroads real cheap. But then she was out of money at the end of the game, and I got that one last railroad that I think put me over. I think we tied, and then the tie went to a tiebreaker,
Was money,
which was money, and I had
leftover money.
most money left over. So, and then you can buy these buildings which augment your abilities. So you can either, when you produce goods, you might produce additional goods, or when your hand size is up to 5. And there's the markets where you can manipulate the markets up.
Somebody
and down.
add this to the list of games for Dice Tower. Like this has to. Every time you've brought it up, I've almost pulled the trigger and bought it because the way you describe it, it just sounds like my
It's
type
fun.
of game.
It's lightish, but
I don't like
good.
bidding.
Yeah.
but I love games about commerce and economy and stocks.
It's an intro to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, again, those aren't light games, so it's not a light game, but it is as light as those games
What
get.
is the BGG weight on this? I don't even.
I would assume probably close to a 3.
I think so. Really, that heavy?
I was 2.5 to a 3, I would think.
Okay.
I don't know. What do they
2.16.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
so I was over.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's, I don't know. So that would be like lighter than Wingspan?
But,
You think this is
but then
lighter?
the
I
question
think-
is, how did they rank it? Did they rank it based on its complexity of rule set?
Correct. The
Yeah.
Versus the
It's-
strategy needed to win.
Like
Yeah.
when I taught you and Sam, I said there's 5 actions you can do, and
Easy to teach.
Boom! I taught it in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, but it's really the strategy of how you manipulate the market and how you So it's
Yeah,
easier to teach than Wingspan,
sure.
but
Harder to win.
maybe or
Yeah.
master because you have to manipulate stuff. But yeah, it was fun.
That sounds like a fun game. We got to get that one.
We'll
played.
we'll definitely play that Dice Stories.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioned it being at Target, and then for like the following 2 months, every time my wife went, I'm like, "You please go to the board game aisle, look for Raccoon Tycoon."
Yeah, they had it at Barnes & Noble for a long time, and then it just kind of rotated out because it's
Yeah.
been out for a little while.
out for a while, yeah.
But then there was a follow-up to this. It was, what was the next one?
Oh,
There's Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, Lizard Wizard.
So it's
haven't played that one.
Supposedly a step up,
Step up,
on those some mechanics.
So then we played Raw.
yeah,
Sam had not played Raw in forever, and
4-player
Daryl,
Raw.
4-player Raw with Daryl. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's fun. That's always good. Daryl didn't do so well, so I know he. I saw his top 20 for the year, and he had it kind of low down the list, but that might have been because of his experience. Maybe not. But,
And then. I
what
played
else did you play?
So I played Acropolis.
Acropolis, that's
which
right.
was fun, which
Cool.
was good because I played it on BGA a bunch and didn't quite get it, and now playing it in person, oh no, I get it. So let's play it.
Tile laying game.
Tile laying where you're trying to stack and match certain colors for the different building types. Acropolis.
Score different ways. Yep.
And then
There's one more you play.
Wild Tiled West.
Oh yes, yeah.
But maybe we'll save that for next week.
Cool.
Oh, it's
Spoiler.
Oh, there's spoilers.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know.
No, go for
Oh,
it.
we have to put a cliffhanger
Yeah,
out there.
cliffhanger. Yeah. So yeah, Wild Tile
I
West.
saw pictures of it.
Yeah, Wild Tile West is there's you have a board in front of you,
Who designed that?
I don't even
Oh,
know.
go ahead.
I will
Yeah,
find
yeah,
it
yeah.
out.
Yeah. So you have a board in front of you. The board in front of you has certain icons on it, whether it's bandits or cows or fields or cities or like towns. And then you're using dice to place dice on a main board. And then where those dice cross or come out, you can purchase or you grab the tiles. And it's a polyomino placement tile game. Some of those tiles have cows and bandits and sheriffs on them, and how you place them, you can then either wrangle your cattle or the sheriff can shoot the bandits, and if you cover up your entire town, you score victory points. And then there's some special tiles that increase scoring or change different scoring, and so and then there's certain tiles have aces on them, and there's 4 different color of aces, and you can get victory points by having a set of all 4 aces or 3 of a kind of the various aces. And then you can get points based on how many guys you shoot and how many cows you rustle and how many buildings you cover. And so it's kind of like this polyomino placement, but how you're placing the pieces out is sort of tells you how your town is scoring. And we played a 3-player. Nick, my buddy Bill, taught us the game, and we all played very differently. Bill went for the cattle rustling, and he was playing a bunch of cattle and then building big fields of cattle and then pulling them all together. Nick was definitely going for the cowboys versus the sheriffs, or the villains, the bandits versus the sheriffs, and he was killing people left and right. There was all these tombstones over his. As you kill a guy, put a little tombstone on his face.
That's cool.
And then I went for the aces. I was collecting all the aces, and I won, but I think we were all within like 8 points of each other. So
Cool. Same designer as Clank, same designer as Dune Imperium. This is a Direwolf game.
Yep.
Okay.
Paul Denon.
Yeah. Okay. I knew it was somebody I knew, but
Yeah. So zoom in on that board there. You kind of see that's the player board there. Oop, yeah, it's a little big.
That's what. Never mind.
Yeah. So you can see that. You can see
never said that.
as you're placing tiles around, you have the cattles and you have you shoot the guys, and then you have like the mines. You can't shoot through a mine, so if you want to try, you have to place a guy it has to be in a line, orthogonally, without something blocking it. And then you can do like special buildings that have all kinds of special powers.
You each have your own.
You each have your own little mat that you're trying to cover. And if you cover, like, there's 4 towns on your mat. If you cover the entire town, you immediately score those victory points as well. So it's kind of like a little bit of a pointsality. There's a ton of different ways to score points, but it'll be unique each game because the mats are slightly different, and then people can go for different aspects of it. It was fun. It was really fun little tile placement game.
What's the weight on this one? What would you guess?
Oh, I would say probably like 2.5.
Oh, it's just another light one.
Yeah, that's mid-weight.
2.7.
2.7,
2.7?
2.5. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's heavier than
Probably
Rocket
because it's a
Tycoon.
little bit more complex to teach. Right? There's a lot of all the little things going on.
Okay.
But that was fun. It was a really fun game. I definitely enjoyed playing Wild Tile West.
Oh, when it first came out, I know it got some good reviews, and then it one of those that fell off the face of the earth. I've never heard anything about it, so I wanted to play it when I first saw it.
It comes up on
So many
various
games
lists.
coming out.
That's
It's
probably
hard to
so
stay
hard.
in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, to stand out there.
Yeah. So
But
that
speaking
was
of games coming out,
Yeah.
back to our guest for wrapping up.
Oh
here,
yeah,
or,
that was our twig. That's our This Week in Gaming. That's one of the segments that we do here on the show. But this week we had our guest Patrick from Advanced 3 Spaces with his copy of Card Shootery,
over there.
all natural, GMO free, 100% board game. He's going to do his launch party this weekend.
Yep, on Saturday.
Let the folks know at home where they can find out more about it.
Sure. So you can find us on Facebook or on Instagram at Advanced 3 Spaces, and we've got events up there that you can find the address and times and all of that. So, and it's open to everybody.
That's the crazy part. Like, I know I open up my phone line to everybody, but like you're opening up, yourself to like, hey everyone, look at my game, look what I made.
That's what you do as a designer. Yeah, you gotta be out there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I've had headaches and
Yeah.
knots in my stomach for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But no, I'm super excited. So it's going to be a fun party. We're going to play Card Shootery, but I'm going to bring a bunch of other games too.
Awesome.
So very cool.
Well, hopefully this was a good primer for you. The Thursday before, spend some time with some nerdy board gamers talking about nerdy board games, and get the hype going for
juices
getting
flowing.
some game.
Get those juices going.
That's right.
Let's finish off the comments because there were some in the chat, and then we'll close this bad boy out. We've got PTA Mike. It's a Parent Teacher Association. So important. Walmart has the new version of Flip 7 called Flip
Vengeance.
7 Vengeance.
kind of want to get it.
I do too.
Next
I
week,
kind
yeah,
of
there.
want to get it, but I don't know if I want to play it. Like, you know me, collector.
Just get it.
Right?
Don't play it.
But I want it because I'm worried about like the hard feelings that may come from it.
It's no different than a draw 4 in Uno.
I don't know. That's mean. That draw 4 is mean, okay? And then Captain Gamer talks about, I love that game. Raccoon Tycoon is my favorite auction and market game. Raccoon Tycoon has stayed in my top 30 all-time games for a while. I have the Fat Cat expansion with the big box storage and the upgraded components.
Wow, I'll in on it.
That flex, baby. Look at that
Yeah,
flex.
I have just the base.
Just the
copy.
base game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
He's probably not wrong because the more you talk about it, the more I want to buy it. And
Yeah.
I just need, I feel like I just need to get it played,
Super cute.
and that'll take it off my
Even Sam was
desire.
like, "Oh, these are cute."
Fat cat, the big dog, and all that.
Yeah, the big dog, fat cat. Some of the
I forget what the others are. There's a skunk.
Yeah,
I
skunk
forget
works. Skunk works.
The skunk works. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hope for the best for your show, and more importantly, call in the following week. Let us know how it went. Give us an update, or post pictures in our Discord. I know that you've got your own socials that you do, but I am not on Facebook, so I don't see what happens on the Facebook world. But if you post some images, also don't forget to post in our looking for what's
In person?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
in-person gaming.
Yeah.
That'd be a great place to remind the folks in our area that's going on, and they can come not only play some games but also have some cool food.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep. Cool.
Nothing makes a Dyson Beaner happier than food.
Yeah.
Good food and games.
That's why we didn't call it that.
It's been another great week, gentlemen. We will do this again next week. Next week we will do our top 20 board update, and then we'll have spring break. It sounds like we'll be off for spring break because we all ended up having
all got something
something.
going
I got
on.
called out to work. You're going to do some gaming in Lafayette. And Wayne's going on a cruise.
Yep.
So the whole squad is out of town, and then we'll be back the following week. I'll still be out of town,
But I'll do
so
something.
it may be just you two.
Maybe do some BGA 2-player games or something.
Yeah. Or we'll host a show. We can run a show.
Yeah,
we're big boys.
I'll leave the key. Just let yourselves in.
Yeah, there you go.
The key will be under the owl.
Well, we can do a remote. He's got access. We just don't have the phone, I guess.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah.
It's been great having you all. Don't forget, you can comment, like, subscribe, whatever format you're watching in. More importantly, you can email us at beansanddice@gmail.com. I continue to pray for the folks that have asked for prayer requests. I'm really enjoying that, taking that list with me to Sunday service when we do our prayers, and just thinking of the folks that have asked for it. So if you've got something you need some prayers on, just email me, beansanddice@gmail.com. I'll put you on that list. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Carlos.
I'm Rob.
I'm Wayne.
And I'm Patrick.
Thanks for watching. We will catch you all in the next one.
Thanks for watching the Beans and
everybody.
Dice podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wow.